dang it. Absolutely dang it. Man, what a deal with no microphone. Just unbelievable. I could try so hard, and if the microphone doesn't engage, it just doesn't engage. Man, thank you, Pathfinder. There you go, Pathfinder. Man, I was going a million miles a minute trying to tell you guys welcome, all this stuff. Missed the welcome. Well, dang it. Almost should restart it. It's okay. Appreciate that, Pathfinder. I did have that on. I was discussing. Oh, man. And Pathfinder, I know you got this at the back as well. Thanks for the input. I've got a small switch here on the side of the deal, and sometimes it shows on and it's off. It's uncool, guys. It's I don't know who made it. Maybe it's I don't know who made this product, but it's supposed to be one of the best. It's one of those ASUS side screens, ASUS side screens, and it sits on its own. It's got all these advanced plugs and everything else, and it's got this little button on it that you can literally push with your finger on the screen. Literally on this, it's like one of these side screens for remote mounts, all this different stuff, and I can literally touch it with my, I can just touch it. Boom. It's a visual display. It's one of these cool advanced deals, right? I've got a few of them. I can just, I can do anything I want to on the screen, and I could hit the microphone or hit the microphone off. And sometimes this thing, it's like an ASUS advanced platform technique. It's like a side screen for multiple displays on charts and everything. Dang it! For some reason, it's too advanced. But anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I was shouting out to the VIP. Shouting out what I was going over in terms of these technicals was, it may not be a bad intro, just solidly looking at the technicals for a minute, digesting what's going on technically as you guys analyze it before I get into discussing it. But what we were looking at here, maybe interesting, huh? A little bit interesting, but looking at this, a little bit more interesting to talk about the fact we always hunt flat tops, right? I brought to the VIP last night as I was looking through the technicals on BTC. What do we have on the daily? On the daily, invert the chart, we have essentially a flat top. Right, so we're having some negative pricing, but that's going to be a flat bottom. Same implications as we flip this, guys, the regularly scheduled way here with the chart in the normal direction. What we're looking at is a flat bottom. Sellers demonstrating they're in control. Boom, boom. So I got this to VIP. You see the reason why we hunt flat tops. We hunt them, guys. We hunt a flat bottom, right? We want to know, are sellers, are they in control? Descending triangle. Very interesting. So in terms of the move today, congratulations to anybody who decided to short. What's up? And this, 106%. A lot of different trades went on today, guys. A lot of trades in the market. People very interested in the overall repercussions of this specific move as a potential exit from the overall pattern, guys. You know that in terms of the overall pattern framework on this daily. Congratulations to the VIP. I want to shout out to you guys. I hope everything is going well. And I decided to come in terms of kind of a midday stream just to say what's up, shout out, and let you guys know I appreciate you. Without a doubt, put some rockets in that side room, put some Ferraris. Let's put some Ferraris and Targets and Bitcoin and 86. Boom. There we go. Pathfinder, thanks for showing up loud and proud. As always, Pathfinder, just key component of VIP. Shout out. Now, in terms of this, guys, and I looked, guys, I spent a long time last night, just a long time in terms of the pattern formation, in terms of the weekly. I wanted to look at that weekly, right? I'm like, what would this look like in Bitcoin if we were really in a micro move here? I wanted to see, is this a micro move, right? Could I see this as a bullish forerunner for something that really could get up and get up and out, right? Just condensing that weekly chart, right? Trying to analyze it, getting through the monthly, really getting through the monthly, trying to take a look at the monthly. Okay, if the monthly is kind of a compressed chart, really digging in and condensing the chart. I wanted to see what would it require for me to think that this is really a bullish structure, right? Really getting into those details and looking definitely at the daily chart and in scoping out like that. My framework as I look at this is me. Okay, I trade frequently. You guys know this. You guys do too. When I look at the monthly and I compress it like this, I just want it to go down a little bit. You guys know that. Anytime that we're trading something and we're looking for a bull flag, I want this to breach down into here. If I'm looking at a real micro move, if this is, let's just say this is the beginning of a trend, of a run here, right? If this has some potential to the upside, and we'd be looking at 150, 180,000, I would want this to, at least up to this 80. If we were to repeat this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right up through, let's say 100, 120, I would want this to dig down a little bit. If you trade a lot, you know what I mean? Could it continue from this point? It could. However, I'd like this to dig down into this area, and this area is in this, I'd say on the monthly chart, down into the 2832 range with some solid framework in here to allow us to get a bullish expression of this. That's just the framework that I went through last night. in terms of looking at on the monthly, on the weekly chart, you just see we have this upward sloping channel. Not that it's always going to be bearish in terms of the price action, but when I condense that, and I encourage you guys to condense the framework of your pattern right now. Look at the pattern framework and look at it as just like the one of the I'd say a move of trend. What do we say? Origination, right, of an origination of a trend, right? We have this kind of underlying, kind of the runway event up. Then we have this origination trend, and just me now, I would say this, I'd still potentially trade this, right, and possibly even heavily if this were a real condensed move. Right, and it wanted to react to the upside. But what I don't like about that is we have this top line resistance, and this is just a different framework that we're putting things into right now. Okay, this rising channel formation. I don't necessarily, if I'm just choosing a trade, and this is just easy stuff. If I'm just choosing a trade, and this is just a micro pattern that has evidenced itself on anything I trade, I'd like to see some kind of dig in down through this area. I just would. I'd like to see, the classic bullish expression, me, as I was looking through this last night. And let me get into the parallel channel framework. I'd always like to see something kind of reflective of this. Like bottom line, if we're getting up and going, if this is a move or of origination in with Bitcoin or any coin that I'm trading, I'd really like to get this down a little bit and just get it into the framework of something that I recognize is classically bullish, right? So not that it's not that Bitcoin cannot buck the trend, not that it can't set its own mark, etc. But when I look at that, it's really what I'd like to see, right? To engage, and it just changes your outlook when you guys, I say, when you look at that monthly, look at that weekly chart, and really compress it, condense it, turn it into a kind of a move of origination that we might have had in this zone, right? As we look in 2018, very interesting to discuss this, right? In 2018, let's look at the kind of what could have happened then. Let's look at this kind of the move, the framework that BTC was in. Right, a potential for a bull flag in this area, a nice structure, right? People are excited about that in 2018, hitting into that, into the. We could go to the exact, but it looked like about 20,000. Depending upon the exchange you were on, that's going to vary a bit. But looking at that move to the upside downward sloping channel, and bam, we want that to be the move of origination, right? To get up and out. 2018, it failed that move, right? And then we had kind of this, I'd say, this. Rebound attempt in here to the extent that we had a bit of an ascension here, although relatively flat here. Looking at BTC again, what would we have wanted from the standpoint of the traders? How do we want to trade? We want to trade bullish patterns. We just do, guys. And to the extent that we were, in a bearish framework here, again, that's not necessarily something I would just get real bullish on and want to just jump into, right? The market reflected that. But this move could have been nice, right? Could have been nice. Reminds a little bit of what Dogecoin was trying to do yesterday. We focus on the technicals, guys. So to the extent that we're in a pattern framework here on those larger time frames, yes, digging down into like the framework of a classical bullish pattern. As we start to do this, I just want to encourage you guys to go ahead and, just what you just saw there, just looking at more of a compressed framework, I just get that feeling personally. That's just me as a trader. That's what I want. Now, the complication is this. It's on the monthly time frame. It's on the weekly time frame. You guys know that. So as I talk about the really how I'd like to trade it, the time factor becomes involved. And I'm like, well, yes, I would like to trade it on, in terms of the optimal pattern structure. However, I get to the however pretty quickly. I'm like, however, this is on the monthly time frame. Man, I have to wait that long to get this down here to up there, and I'm looking at a potential. I don't want to have to wait to 2024, right? That's what we started looking at. I don't want to have to wait until 2024 to get up and out of a bull flag, right? That's the bottom line as we start to look at that and gauge our anticipations in the market. But I'm just telling you guys, from the standpoint of a trader, period, that's the bottom line. As we look at wanting a downward sloping channel, wanting this, and I just did a lot of analytics last night, guys, in terms of spending a lot of time with BTC. If you guys are new to the channel, shout out. This is London. We have a VIP trade group. We're excited to have you here in the middle of the day on a Tuesday. What's up? You guys are trading. Anyone who's just kind of tuned in now, you have found yourself in a good trade group. Shout out to Angel on top. Invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. $7.79. He makes this his own VIP. And let's see what we got. Golden Pocket would be indicated. You got that right, Pathfinder. And that's our top level of membership, guys. You're welcome to go ahead and join. Without a doubt, we would welcome you to join our group. We really appreciate traders, and we accommodate that as best we can in the back. Again, going over some of those results, just 106%. Boom. It was a day that was ripe for shorts in terms of that. And I just wanted to go through, if you guys would just on your own screen condense that monthly, right? Get into the weekly a little bit. Condense the weekly. What is the weekly telling you? Right? What does the weekly really say to you as you would look at the weekly framework here, right? And I started to get into this, and I've done this frequently in terms of kind of the pattern expectation here is, yeah, the weekly's kind of telling me that it was, it would have been a really nice bull pennant, right? Man, why do we have to do this? Now you look at it like, why do we have to get that 69,000? Man, this would have been a really sweet bull pennant in action. That is I'd say the framework if we're looking at the potential for pushing up into this zone again and creating an upward slanting, an upward diagonal channel. Then yeah, I say that's that bottom line, the bottom line of support that is looking to kick in. And as buyers become anxious with this and analysis, guys, just understand as you become anxious with this analysis, because I'm not kidding, when you start to look at the monthly, it's like, yes, I want a downward sloping channel. Yes, I want this full framework of the bull flag to come in. It's a bullish market. I want a bull flag. I don't want an upward sloping channel. I don't want anything that isn't going to sustain itself. This is the problem, that it wind up in with less of an overall higher price. That's not what we're after, the true bulls in the market, right? So yeah, to the extent that this is ideal here, we can deal with this top level resistance, yes, but we start to deal with the issue of time. Right, and that issue of time, especially on that monthly chart, it starts to just hammer in. It's like, come on, we could have gotten down before. We could have already done this. Once you trade, if you trade a lot, you know what I'm talking about, guys. You know what the classic expression is of a bull flag. You know that you want that. Now, looking at the time factor involved here, let's go through the, where's my scuba mask? I always say this, boom, the poly line. We like our bull flags. Yeah, to be a compressed, absolute boom, 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 bam, bam, boom. We like that as a bull flag. We want to see a downward sloping channel. We want that action, bam, to confirm off the resistance, boom, as support, and bam, to the upside. That's what we would like to see with BTC. I'm just telling you. So the notion that this is on the monthly chart and that we need a day-to-day. I want to know what it's going to do in the next 5 minutes. I want to know what it's going to do in the next, in the next day, week, month, etc. Just understand that this is part of the framework and analysis that we need to kind of go over. And since I did that kind of deep-rooted analysis last night, just want to bring it to your attention. I'll also tell you one thing, and nobody's going to like to hear this. Nobody's going to like to hear this at all. You have some players in the market because of what's been going on in the market technically. And if you understand what's been going on in the market technically, I will make this very easy for you. I'll make this extremely easy for you guys if you have been trading, and I mean trading a lot over the preceding number of days and weeks and months in the market, the last 3 months, period. You will understand without qualification, without exception, period. You will understand 100% what I'm about to say. You won't take it as an insult. It won't be anything that's clouded. If you have been trading, if you've been paying attention to your technicals, highline technicals, if you've been looking at your technicals, and I don't mean, of course it's a bearish market because XYZ. No, I mean looking at this chart right here, this rising wedge. You are fully prepared. I'm going to tell you guys, if you've been trading a lot. Now, the VIP, I'll tell you, the VIP know, as a matter of fact, exactly what I'm talking about because we have traded so extensively over the preceding, I say the several last weeks, months, years, etc. Guys, you guys have been full of trades. So what I would talk about, you don't need to at all whatsoever be explained to. I'll tell you, the VIP needs zero explanation whatsoever to understand the fact, the simple fact that the area right here, and I could tighten this up. I probably should tighten this up for the purposes of this specific discussion, okay? But that the area literally exhibited on your screen right now, and this specific level, okay, and I still want to tighten this up. I want to make this as exact as we possibly can right here, but there is a specific indication given the market dynamics in play right Now, it's not the bear flag, guys. It's not the bear flag. It's not the golden pocket. It's not the 78.6. It's not anything other than what you're looking at on your screen, which started, okay, the move to the upside. There is a huge contingency, I will almost guarantee you guys, of people who've been trading from institutional desks, etc., that right now are looking at this like they have never looked at that in their lives, guys. I'm going to tell you, and that is the peak apex of the origination of the move to the upside, of this entirety of the move to the upside in 2020-21. Okay, they are focused and hammered in like never before on this specific level and that specific apex, wondering, well, interesting that we have left this behind, this apex at the price of, it's going to be at about $14,000, guys, a little bit lower, about I'd say about 14,320. Now, that's without qualification or exception. Anyone who has been trading, now if you haven't been trading, I'm going to tell you, if you have not been trading, then that's not going to make any sense to you whatsoever. But if you've been trading, you have seen this. You have seen this play out in the markets, guys, so much so that you have a contingency plan literally for 14,320. Not because we're in a bear flag, not because it was, it's the origination of the trend. No, guys, because it's so solidly been in front of your face. You have been trading these wedge dynamics, guys, over the preceding, guys, over the last several months. It has been literally something that you would have to, it's like the house is on fire, right? Well, let's just sit back and, or we're just going to sit back and have a drink. No problem. We're on the couch. Don't worry about it. The house is on fire. No, it's that type of a mindset, guys, that literally puts this on the map. Now, we may have a downpour. It may rain profits and we may have no problem. We may continue to the upside, leave this specific moment behind here. But I'm going to tell you guys, everybody on the map who's trading Bitcoin right now, everybody's looking at this. I guarantee you, guys, anyone worth their salt in the market right now is looking at that specific level right there. Hugely important. Let's say 14,320, period. Everybody in the market worth their salt is looking at that specific level right there for a possible return to that level. Guys, if you're worth your salt, if you've been trading, it's undeniable. It is literally undeniable. And like I said, it could rain down and pour. We could have profits galore. It could be a beautiful, on into, and this, I'm going to tell you what else they're also doing. Anybody worth their salt right now in terms of trading, what are they also looking at? Well, that was sure a difficult lesson right here for anybody who is heading down to that level, without a doubt. That's what I'm talking about, guys. This is trading. You're going to have the risk componentry. You're going to have the uncertainty. It's there in the market. That's why we like the market. We like the risk componentry. We like the fact that you could not have completed to this already once in the whole market. And I'm just telling you guys, the ones who have experienced this, and I'll put up another specifically indicated formation here, which is going to help prove this point. Yes. And people that are worth their salt, that are focused on solid technicals, yes, you betcha, right? What happened with this wedge? This wedge, about $65,000. We had a nice wedge. Well, we failed that wedge, right? We did. We failed that wedge. What happened? We recovered the wedge. We sure did, right? From 65,000, we recovered, right? Very important as they start to look at the dynamics currently in play with Bitcoin. This is a very uniquely, don't want to say orchestrated, just a very uniquely technically formed, coin chart. It's dynamically interesting right now as we would look at the framework of this wedge as well. This wedge was recovered, right? In the last few days, we've had multiple wedge formations, and you can't get past it, guys. You can't just ignore it. That's why I'm saying it's so interesting right now, because this has been an onslaught. Last 3 months has been a literal onslaught of recoveries to wedge, period. We've had in the last 24, 48 hours, I'll just tell you guys. And let me say this. This is just on the map. Okay, I'm going to lock this in. I may print it out and put it on my wall. I'm going to do something, and I'm just going to state for the record 14,320, period. Now, it may, the interesting thing is this, guys, and it's very well put into context as we look at the monthly chart and as we discuss the entirety of the potential for the time frame, etc., I'm just going to say 14,320 period someday, and that's probably where people are looking at it right now. I don't know the timing of it. I just don't know the timing of it. I just will tell you that this level is being, and if you guys who are trading in VIP are like, no, we've seen just, it's been like 100%, guys. And so the market is, we could have this discussion. The market is giving us this impression. You guys know, in terms of at least hitting, bam, that apex. It's been huge. It's been in the markets, guys. It's been all over the map recently, throughout the entirety of this region, throughout the on the way down, etc., guys. Recovery into the wedge, or hitting at least the apex. It's just been ground into the traders like no tomorrow, guys. It hasn't been. The more that you trade, the more that this will make sense, that it's a distinct possibility. And in terms of the timing, this is where we get into the timing. It's like, well, that monthly chart's important for us to realize, like, it would take a bull flag out to 2024, right? It's the monthly chart. You say, well, that's too much. The good thing is, in the meantime, we get to trade, guys. We get to trade. We've had an excellent group in the back. 106%, just one of the many. I get those out to you guys sometimes. 106% in terms of that. In terms of the price action. I'll let you guys know, when you're not focused on your charts, when you're out running around, when you're. I do this, guys. I go lift weights. I go. I go hang out, smoke a cigar with buddies and this and that. The less focused I am on the market, it will want to make me eat my lunch. Period, guys. If you're not in front of your desktop, I'm letting you guys know this right now. Does it to me anytime it wants to. If I have this, this whim that today I'm going to go out and I'm going to, if I try and hustle, bustle, and trade at the same time, it doesn't work out, guys. And it's not just you. If you're not completely focused on the market, guys, it will try and make you eat your lunch. Okay, sometimes you can get out of it. Like, sometimes you can get out of paying the bills. Like, well, come on, man. You just, you ate my lunch and you want me to pay for it? It's like, come on, man. But I'll tell you guys, being focused, sitting at your desktop with your trade station, computer, etc., because it's not all pie in the sky. 106 and a 500% here and a 200%. It's not all minting money. And the one factor that always comes into play is, are you focused on the market? Are you focused on your technicals? Are you focused on the market? I tell you guys, a pretty blonde chick will walk by, this and that. I'm at the gym and everything else, and I got a trade going on. That's it. It's over. I'm on the other side of the gym. I'm chilling, chatting, doing whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. I know in the back of my mind I got a trade going on. Yeah, I got a trade going on. This is a little bit more important. Or I can do both. I can chill and chat with the hot blonde chick at the gym and this and that. And I'm not bragging at all. The end of this story is, how impressed is she when she knows that I just fell flat on my face because I was busy talking to her? Because honestly, I just completely got creamed in the market. It's like, you walk and chew gum. It's a little more complicated than that, guys. I just want to bring it to your attention. So make sure when you have your priorities together, and I mean this, guys, I mean this, right? We're real dudes. We're real guys, okay? So when you lay out your priorities, you need time for both. You need time for everything you want to do in life, guys. And sometimes that means that you need to pay some extra attention to maybe the essence of what I've been discussing recently, guys, is in 2022 trying to make sure that we are operating optimally in the market, period. Making sure that the time that we do dig into the market, that it's optimally framed, that the moves are precision, never a blind entry, right? We talk about that, never a blind entry, just optimal precision entries in the market. Right, and setting your targets helps. If you like to day trade, and you're trying to day trade, talking to a hot blonde chick in the gym, it's one or the other, guys. You're going to do one or the other, I promise you. And I just bring up that example because for me, it's just full on focus hot blonde chick. That's it, right? Versus, well, what's happening to what's happening to what trade? What do you mean, what trade? And I even get to the point where I make a conscious decision at some point to not care about the trade. Well, the trade is the trade, but this is more important. I do realize I get to that point. Make sure whatever is dividing your time away from your trading, not that you shouldn't have time away from your trading, not at all, guys, but just make sure that you're aware of the fact that when you sacrifice your trade game, that that's going on, and that you work to eliminate that specific element, okay? And it may just be by you could get into you can set your targets, no problem. You set your target, no problem, no big deal. I'm a guy I like to day trade. I like to have it in front of me. I like the interaction. I like to hit the button. I like to watch the price action. I like to judge the development of the price patterns. So when I am distracted and away from that, I'll sacrifice. I don't want an automatic program. Give me the I don't know, the secret code to the market of the game here, and that's it. And I just don't want to be involved. I like to hammer in. I like to watch, and a lot of you guys are the same way. I like to watch the action. I like to watch it. To beat the patterns. I like to be involved in that. And a lot of that is that you need to be fully engaged and focused on the patterns, guys. You need to be focused on the micro. We dig on the micro a lot, guys. I want to shout out to the VIP in terms of just who you guys are and just a cool trade group, without a doubt, guys. I bring up that example because it's real, because I'll just flash around 106%, 200%. I book a lot of positive trades, but there are things that will distract me and get me away from my trade game. Just make sure that you have time for both is the bottom line. Make sure you have time for both, and that you've scheduled accordingly. So anyways, we look at the if any I won't say anything else other than that. In terms of this specific move, brought this to VIP last night. Again, hunting for a flat bottom support, right? We will invert it to the extent that I want you guys to see the importance. I brought this VIP last night, and this was just the indicated the strongest indication of what we had, guys. Flat top, ascending line of support. It would be normally we'd be so excited about trading that along. You guys know that. So yeah, I did book some positive, very positive trades in terms of the shorts today, but it's just focus on. I don't know. They have the laser eyes, all this different stuff. I'll just say this: that it's very important for us to remain focused while we're trading, and understand if you're not focused while you're trading, it could be your family, it could be for some of you the TV, it could be the kids, it could be whatever it may be. Just understand that has a potential for interfering with the process of your trading. It's just an important dynamic, okay? And I'm living the living living the dream with the hot blonde chick in the gym, right? And it's sometimes I'm like, if the right one's there, yes, it is the dream. She's good girls, nice girls. I enjoy that conversation. You got to have that conversation, guys. In terms of the framework, let's talk back again. Talk back again to the thing on everyone's mind, and in terms of this move, boom, 14,320. I just tell you, it's on the map. You guys know that it's on the map, and we don't know when it could be achieved. But if you guys have been trading a lot, it's hugely important for us to discuss that. And if I throw in a little bit of fun discussion or banter along the lines there, that's no problem either, guys. That's part of the fun. It's part of that's part of why we trade, right? Have a trade group, a little bit of character to us. That would be nice. In terms of this capitulation here, let's look at the overall move now of BTC. 558. Okay, down 558, 5.58% right now. Have we wicked a little lower? Yes, we have. Recovery up and through, but it's a difficult. Let's see this, guys. We do have these recovery plays are just literally pushing the market right now. I'm going to tell you guys the recovery plays in and out of the wedges right now are the market. If you're trading, you know this. If you're trading, you absolutely know this, right? Now, we failed to get to the top line of the resistance. Now, ultimately, what did that mean for us in the market? Well, it's going to be, and we can go to that daily and see that the daily, again, was the governing factor. All right, the daily was the governing factor in terms of that line of resistance. Okay, the higher time frame rule. Let's do this real quickly, just so you see what I'm talking about real quickly here. Shout out to all the VIP. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everything's going great. Everything is good on my end. Hopefully it's great on your end. In terms of this specific move here, I've drawn an arrow to this, so you can see that daily line right there, right? That daily line is very important. Let's take a look at how it plays in the lower time frames. Now, in terms of this level of resistance going from the daily to the 4 hourly. There we go. Bam. That daily resistance did get hit. Now, it didn't play into the upside volatility for the other time frames. So to say that we didn't make it to resistance is a bit inaccurate, okay? We did get to that daily time frame. You guys know I like to focus on the daily time frames. That's one thing I tell you frequently is I like to focus on the daily time frames, right? Just hugely important. Now, so we did get to that level of resistance. If we go from the daily to that 4 hourly, boom, that was the stopping measure point. Just so that you know, that daily line of resistance played like a hammer. boom, to the downside. Nice. If anybody caught that, guys, congratulations. I like the daily chart. You guys know them. Additional positive. Let's say an additional positive in terms of reflection on the daily chart. This specific move. Luna, what are you doing, Luna? Let me go ahead and check out Luna real quickly. Shout out to all the VIP who traded Luna in terms of that. The target in 2021 shared with Angel directly, $4.06. It's currently just south of 90, capitulating back into the wedge. Man, come on, Luna, that's supposed to be a continuation pattern to the upside. Great example, guys. You look at this, great example. When you get involved in a wedge continuation pattern to the upside, guys, you will run into this, especially if you trade in the lower time frames. You will see this so frequently that you're expecting a huge move to the upside, right? Or at least the previous target. Guys, this happens more often than not. In terms of the continuation and boom, move to the upside, you need some serious bullish pressure, guys. I'm telling you, some serious bullish pressure to get up and out of a wedge and boom, just straight line it up. You need some heavy pressure, guys. So this always becomes a little bit of a moment in this zone here, whether or not it's just over the breakout or whether or not it's continuing on up. It just becomes a moment. If you trade a lot, you know what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I'm talking about. Luna down 9% today. Look at GMT. Man, I wanted GMT to get up and out, beat the market, and show it what it was for, right? We did have, I'd say this internal line there of I'd say an internal triangulation that we had, and GMT had been so strong. We were looking forward to a positive breakout. We did have a breakout, a decent move from that point of breakout, about a 5% move to the upside. Now pushing along a line of I'd say if we were to take the candle wicks, we'd probably go out to the candle wicks and say we're just about to breach that line of support. It's going to get a little sticky in there, guys, in terms of those Fibonacci's. A lot are going to try and pick up on a fib. Right now, you're at that golden pocket, wick to wick on the golden pocket. So we have I'd say a different dynamic potentially in play for GMT. Those who have been trading it are probably a little bit patient right now, saying, let it go with the market. But it's been a 30x in 30 days, guys. First 30 days of 30x thereabouts. So congratulations all the VIP holding or trading GMT. And to the extent, we have to bring this up on GMT, to the extent that we're in a massive bear flag. Now, it's not directly indicated. It's a little bit of variability on that hourly, etc. We have an overplay in the middle. But to the extent that that's operating as a bear flag on that 4 hourly, guys, I would pay attention to that. People are probably trading right now. We have a little bit of, I know they're trading, guys. In terms of this, always you're going to have the counter argument. Not that anything you do when the market is wrong, but have a cover strategy. I'm going to say have a cover strategy, because the market's going to continually do this to you. It's going to show you nearly a perfect bear flag on the 4 hourly. Then what is it going to do? Well, it's a bearish pattern, it's bearish structure. What does it want to do in the 4 hourly? Well, it wants to tuck a nice exponential moving average right below you that could act as support. It just is, guys. Once you learn to master your cover strategy, once you learn to never be overexposed in any specific position and operate on, this would be a real simple, real easy move just to say, bare bones. Well, that's fine. We're just at the 38 too. It could get down to the 50% of the golden pocket very easily, right? The more you are all in, the more that you are extreme in the market, the more difficult it becomes for you to operate in the market, guys. And it's that classic, the classic story of, well, is it going up or down? Man, that's not the routine of the market. Is, well, we just want to know if it's going to go up or down. We want to know if you have a strategy to cover the price action. And the price action is the price action. The price action includes targets, value opportunities at lower levels, period, right? It's not a simple solution. And I say people who are after a simple solution normally are lazy. They don't even want to go to the idea of, well, I do have targets underneath currently that could get picked up for an advantage, right? They don't want to go there. They want the simple answer. They want to hammer in, and that's all that they want to do is just, period, drive in the direction they want to drive in, and everyone tell them that that's the right direction. That's not it, guys. It is more like a Formula One course with straightaways and 180s and 180 mile an hour, 5G turns in it, and 3G brakes, and sharp corners and high downforce. It's a lot of action up in and around in terms of, and it's a decent analogy there. It's not a straight way drag race 24/7. We just need to know when to pull the pin and the hammer and let's go with the turbo and boom down this strip. It can be if you're really focused on your patterns. It can be, but to the extent that it requires the understanding of like the roadway, of the track, of the ins and outs, the technology. In terms of that, it's a pretty good example there. So yes, targets, not part of the easy answer, but it couldn't be much simpler. You guys know that. It couldn't be much simpler in terms of we have an automatic targeting tool on the trading view. So that makes it real easy. So let's see what we got here. And checking this stream in the car. What's up, Sean? Nice to see you. Just looked over there and saw that you're involved. Houses, what's up? Nice to see you in the chats, both Pathfinder and Sean. Good group. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Looking at this, USDT.D just pushing. It's just pushing into this level of resistance. Let's take a look at it. It has capitulated back down through it. This is just a decently big move, right? A decently big move here, guys. And we either have, I'm going to say, it's just bull flag, right? Bull flag. We have a bull flag on the USDT.D. It just is what it is, guys. So in terms of that specific move, on the daily, it's very well represented. That specific bull flag has a little bit of variation on the 4 hourly, right? And we did get into, I'd say, too high of a confirmation, but we were playing that 4 hourly chart below. Just a heck of a move by USDT. If you were playing this, you would not have expected that to be a confirmation move upon prior resistance to support. It's just too high. It's too big of a move. It takes up nearly half of the amplitude of the channel formation. It's just too much. It's in terms of that classic expectation that we have. It was in the process of doing a real micro, if you guys remember, a real micro perfect confirmation the other day. That would have been just perfect. That would have been real nice. I don't know, guys. Would have been real aggressive too to the upside. It seems aggressive now. It's actually, I'd say it's relatively well behaved right now in terms of the overall price action. In terms of the free fall event, are we in a free fall? Well, I'm going to tell you this, guys. Right now, the market is a little bit. What do we say? What's the best word for this, guys? A little bit. What's the best word I can use for this today, guys? Right now, the market is a little bit unhappy if you're long. I'm going to say that it's a little unhappy if you're long, and I don't mean that to any regard other than the following fact: we have been sideways for, and this is the best thing. It's unhappy to anybody who doesn't want to trade. You guys get that, huh? 110 days in the same range. Who's unhappy right now? People who are holding? Maybe. Maybe. People who don't want to trade? People who are trading? We're fine with this. We're happy with this. We're excited about price action in either direction, right? 106%, guys, and I know a lot of you guys, that was for me, a lot of you guys booked a lot of trades today, without a doubt. It's just nice to see you guys in the market with hands ready to just hammer into the markets, guys. It's hugely important. Now, in terms of this formation here, this let's look at this. Let's take a look at the pattern formation that is ongoing now. And VIP have these patterns from the back, just without a doubt. Let me look at the daily real quickly and kind of look into that daily. Here is the complication, right? This specific move here in line with this, okay? And everybody in VIP, and we've covered so many of these live, I don't think it's a secret anymore. Anyone who's trading knows what's going on. It's another falling wedge. It's another descending wedge that should have a bullish structure and framework to it. It should. You guys know that. It has failed and capitulated. And what have we seen on so many of these? I brought this to the VIP attention. When was this, guys? Probably a month plus ago, at least 2 months ago. I'd say in this range feature here in terms of likelihood of recapturing, etc. And yes, it's just been consistent. Now, some of them have made you pay. If you are in anything other than a spot position, if you decided to up the ante, I'm going to go 10 or I'm going to go 20x, I'm going to go 50x, etc. on the recoup play here into the body of the wedge, it's made you pay sometimes, right? You got to be real careful on catching this drop perfectly and the rebound potential back up to this level. So, I feel very comfortable in making this right now. I don't even, it's a technical, I say it's a technical target. It's not a prediction. It's a technical target. No matter where we move to below, and I'm saying, guys, and we know who've been trading, we know. I'm saying no matter where we move to below. No matter where, guys. Okay, it could be at any point. What I will say right now is that we have a technical target at 38,611. That's a technical target expressed 38,611 above where we're at right now. So we do, and we have established a technical target of at least a 1.16% return as of right now. Scheduling and the strategy, working into your framework of your capital exposure, etc., as you would look at how to best take advantage of a strategy in that regard. I know that it would be doing something along the lines of this, maybe something along the lines of let's look into a framework. Now it's going to change. It's going to change, guys, because for me, this whole approach changes. You guys know my core value 1 through 10. You guys know that. You see my core 1 through 20. I probably have some additional core. Okay, so that's my core 1 through 10, core 1 through 20. You guys got it right in terms of you want to deploy some cash on 125x, right? You want to get into the business of playing recoups, right? Well, you better first of all be prepared to be completely wiped out in the entirety of this zone. Period. And you guys better be prepared to be completely wiped out in this zone by the entirety of every cash position that you have. You must play with that in mind. You must address your trades with that in mind. Someone who doesn't care about you won't tell you that. Someone who is realistic in terms of the probabilities, okay, will tell you that, I like these trades. Okay, I like these trades. Realistic in terms of the probabilities. Yeah, I like these trades. I like scheduling in heavy with the proper cash allocation. Guys. That's your ball game. This is high stakes here. You guys know this is some high stakes stuff that you're looking at right now with a 1 through 20 in terms of a 1 through 20 on the daily, getting down to 1 through 20 on the daily with scheduled in parameters. You're going to get down into, guys, if you're looking at your RSI on the screen right now, bam, that's going to be your 30 on the RSI in purple or in blue right there, okay? So that's going to be the oversold territory. And you're going to be looking at, guys, at some other issues along with whether or not you would have 1 through 20, right? I switched this from 1 through 10. 1 through 10 would be what, guys? Just to go through this, 1 through 10 is 10 targets laid out on a Fibonacci custom, right? Now, 1 through 20 is going to be what? It's going to be 20 targets, boom, in that same area. I could do 50, guys. I could do. There is a functional limitation in terms of whether or not you would need a kind of a layover, right, in this zone. If you would want to lay this over in the zone to literally give yourself more, or you would want to customize it. There is a threshold limitation on TradingView. You guys know that. In terms of the ramifications here, what you would start to look at is gauging just so that we cover it, is gauging your specific level of leverage, okay, the expiration thereof, okay, in any specific position. While you gauge the downside, you would gauge the specific percentage move here. This is a 0.35 percentage move, 0.38 percentage move as I have it drawn out now, 0.38% between each level, okay, calculated. Absolutely. People want to do an Excel spreadsheet sometimes, and they show it to me, and they're like, London, look at this. I've made it multiply and add up in terms of my returns, what I would have at the end of the year, and it calculates based on an interest rate. I'm like, oh, based on even an interest rate or return rate or whatever you would get into, right? I'm like, oh, and it's got 2 pages to the Excel spreadsheet. Like, oh man, that's good. We got that going. Like you've mastered Microsoft Excel. Like this is going to get a little bit more interesting to me. Right now, you're working on your leverage. You're going to be able to compute your leverage into your Excel spreadsheet. You're going to be able to get into expirations, potential volatility factors. Now you're starting to get into some I'm going to say, the desk right outside of the VP of trading potentially is going to be interested in having a guy that's going to get really good in terms of these types of spreadsheets. It gets really, 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 really interesting, guys. So to the extent that that's too much that you look at it and that you would say, that's just too much for me. No problem, guys. Hit the button. Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets, all right? To the extent that these would be reflective of a framework of targeting that you would want to go into if you had a potential target to the upside, right? And we know these can be left behind. They can be absolutely left behind, but it's an exciting opportunity to be able to engage in the market with an upside target right now. It's exciting for us. We like this in terms of this specific formation. that we would look at in terms of this upside, this falling wedge on the daily. It's exciting for us to be able to deploy capital, to make those assessments and those calculations, to look at let's say the expiration, right, of the leverage, right, the expiration of a potential leverage, that each one of these on a 1 through 20 basis, as I would head down into, let's say, and this is just what I've chosen right now in terms of a target, down to that oversold, right, in terms of the RSI that's on your screen, right. This is exciting for us to have an upside target at all. You know, so while the market is going down, yes, we're looking at an upside target. Now, that's with a big caveat. You have to understand the market's potential to drown through these, right? You have to understand that you have to operate with some rationale. You have to operate with some understanding as to what the market potential is, okay? And the market, you guys know this, the market could be sitting right down here with its wonderful ability on a single candle to go boosh. There you go. Now, if you're going to play this on leverage up here, are you stacked like a racehorse down here? Are you on spot to cover the upwick of the entirety? Listen to this, guys. Would you be stacked with a spot position, okay, that cannot get washed out at a lower Fibonacci critical level, where you guys got this right, to where the potential and likely upswing from a serious boosh, right, and a retraction up could easily cover your exposure at this level? Aha, you see, guys. So before we start looking like we're just crazy traders and all this, insane leverage at the upside, etc. Yeah, are you stacked with a spot position underneath to where if it really grabs through and pushes, boom, and a single candle wick down, right? If it decided to, boom, just unleash. If it decided to, are you going to have your spot somewhere in your equation, right? And let it decide to cover all of your exposure and your leverage? I'd say that's one approach, right? That would be one approach. I probably have, more than one approach, but that would be one approach that I would share with you, because this is kind of a risky business in here, right? So you also need the approach to cover for the possibility that candle would not want to recover, that the candle would want to stay where it is. And then you start to look at some different aspects and components, right? That's answer one, I would say. Answer one in terms of just the ability for a spot to cover potential liquidation. Well, it could be one level, guys. It could be one specific I'd say entry that you have right now. That's just, it is up to you. But as we talk about some more sophisticated trading capacities that we have with LBank, I want to go ahead and put that in the chat right now so that you guys have that. I want to make sure that everybody is able to trade on LBank. Up to 125x on BTC. You guys will enjoy it if you're good at trading, guys. It is a what is this? 50x on Doge, 125x BTC. And it's just nice because I know that you guys are in the back and that's your trading. I know that you're trading in the back. We've had problems with people taking my information and literally starting channels in Hong Kong. Like that's not what I want. I want people back there that want to trade. So that's one way that I verify that people are trading, right? So in terms of this approach here, good that we at least discussed it. All right, there's more where that came from, definitely, in terms of the overall, let's say, move on the day. We're going to discuss this again and again because I'm excited about it. This, having brought at least the framework to the VIP last night, I always like you to hit the button, guys. You know that. I like you to hit the button, not everybody go short, heave, ho, everybody short. That's not the idea, guys. That's just, I like to see what game you guys bring to the marketplace. And I appreciate you guys when you bring a game, your A game, and when you're able to demonstrate that to everybody that you're bringing your A game. That's important, guys. It's crypto, so it's very competitive. But looking at this framework here, let me see if I can soften this descending wedge up, and I'll make that a different color. That's fine. Let me make it a different color there. Let me soften this up in terms of the outline of it. Now we have it operating in the background. That's great. And those of you who know that we talked about it, you know that we talked about it. Let me lock it down so we have that. In terms of this bottom line support, yes, indeed. That was the one thing that really shot it out to me in the near term. Like just right now, we're dealing with a flat top resistance and an ascending line of support. You guys got that last night. So upside target, there we go. We have an upside target. We have a likelihood or possibility for return to the triangulation. Pay attention to this, please, if you can. Now, in terms of this... I may need to get a sip of water real quickly. In terms of the potential here, what do we have? Likelihood of a potential return to a flat bottom or top triangulation. You guys know that, right? We've seen that in the marketplace. Could it leave it behind? Sure. Could it leave behind this falling wedge in the background? Sure. Right? It's just, if you trade, you know what I'm talking about. You guys know how frequently these moves have been happening. Just incessantly they've been happening. You guys know that. Just incessantly they've been happening. So looking at the potential move for the descending triangle, all right, that's a healthy potential move down there, right? We can have some arguments. We could have some more aggressive targets, and we could have some more conservative targets, right? In terms of the willingness of the market to really throttle down on into it's interesting that oversold territory is indicated by the most aggressive target, right? That we would achieve that threshold of oversold, right? And you guys know we're going to have to conquer these. Right, all these are going to have to be conquered. Boom, 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 boom. Preceding levels of support, Bitcoin likes to frustrate in terms of targets, triangulations, etc. It loves to return to a prior level of support for resistance. You guys know. In terms of your moves today, I'm excited that VIP is trading. I know that Pathfinder's booking trades. Way to go, Pathfinder. I have pinned that 125x on top, guys, so that you have that. Let's see what we got in terms of Cyborg of trading. We got to be better than Cyborg, brother. We got to do that. What do we got? What do you got here, Sean? What do you got? Showing houses, this and that. I've seen this last year when he did it for. That really gave me perspective. GMT was insane this year. Yes, it was. Hey, just reading what we got here. Showing houses all day. You guys rock. You're good traders. I'm looking forward to 2022. Let it develop, guys. Make sure you have enough and that you have a limited exposure to let 2022 develop. I'm going to tell you guys, the key here is trading. The key is understanding the price action. The key is understanding, as you guys do right now. No one needs to explain this to you guys. This level at this ascending wedge here. Nobody needs to explain that to you guys. It's just it's nice, isn't it? It's nice to have that perspective and just to know. It's like I don't know. What would you look at it right now as? It's like a I don't know. It's kind of like a it's almost like you go to Vegas, right? You check in, you've got the your host, everything like that, and there's a special deal. You really want to you want to go see that show. That's a nice show. That's you there with the family or there with the guys, whatever you're doing, and you just we've been looking forward to that, right? We certainly gotta we gotta get over there and see that. That's really something, But you get busy, this and that happens. It's like we decided to throw a little hard at the tables, this and that. Well, we didn't make it down there. Well, that's okay, right? Yeah, maybe next time we're gonna make it down there. I guarantee you, next time we go to Vegas, we're gonna make it down there, huh? We're gonna make it down there, right? And that show, right? That we're gonna have to make it down there. And now it's kind of like all the guys. We decide we in Vegas. We come here with the family. And you decide, well, they got that show. We got the free tickets to that show because this is like, technically speaking, this is the free ticket. You guys understand? It's like from what we've been seeing on the trade, from the technicals here, it's like that is the free ticket. That is literally the market's telling you, you got a free ticket down here, right? But yeah, it's kind of up to us with the family, everything else we're doing. We're kind of throwing hard at the tables. We decide what we want to do. We decide when we want to do it, right? Boy, wouldn't that would be the day, huh? Oh boy, wouldn't that be nice? We decide. We kind of decide if and when we want to go down to that show. Yeah, there you go. Everybody's like, sure, that'd be nice. And that is not even indicated. I'm going to tell you guys that in terms of the technicals, the market is telling us when it wants to decide to do things, which is no problem with us, guys. We appreciate the opportunity to trade. We're excited about the overall dynamics and the framework of VIP 2022. We are building. That's the bottom line. I'm very impressed, guys, with the group that we have, and it's just a solid core group. We're excited to see what all can occur in 2022 with the right group and the right framework. Is just give it time. The one thing is time. The best results I've seen in the market are for people who have put in good time. Okay, in terms of that, you guys look at Angel, $7.79. Like I want the success next week. I need to be number one next week. Guys, I'm going to tell you, time is a big component of this market, without a doubt, guys, without a doubt. I'm going to go ahead and remove these targets to the downside. We have a few darkly scripted downside targets. We have an upside target that's kind of glowing at you in white, so we'll keep this this upside target here, okay, that's going to be an upside target that we have, and it's not far away from price right now. It is just the apex of this specific formation. You guys know those apex, return to apex at least, right? On that wedge, we want to see at least a return to that apex. We've seen that just so frequently. Again, that lower level, right? Man, it's just that lower level is just, it's telling us, these trades are telling us where, it's just, guys, it is, of anything that we say, we should say this. It is really highly structuring the mentality and the psychology of the market participants right now. That needs to be noted. You guys know that, right? It is the market right now, as you talk about the psychology of the market, most people think, well, it's difficult to buy when it's really low, or it's difficult to sell when it's really high. We're talking about some advanced TA, okay, in terms of the appreciable analytics that we're able to provide to the market, to us as market participants, let's say that. And we're just talking about the fact that it is really conditioning us right now. Like, without a doubt, it is conditioning us right now through its lens of expectation, or through its programmed expectations on smaller trades and smaller intervals, and just conditioning us with expectations. That's part of the psychology of the market. It's more of an advanced, I'd say, more of an advanced definition or understanding of the psychology of the market, but a lot of the psychology of the market, what is the market giving us, right? And how are we able to appreciate that challenge that the psychology of the market presents to us, or as it is presented to us? Not to bucket in terms of the trends, not to reject what it's telling us, but as sophisticated as the participants are, and they are sophisticated, guys. You guys know this. There are some very, very highline thinkers in terms of participants in the market. You guys are some of them. I'd like to think I'm one as well. As we would get involved in that notion of market psychology, the challenge of the market, not just, well, it's a fear and greed index. No, guys, we're way past that. You guys know that. It's fear. Everyone buy. You know, that's you guys. We're at the level where we're understanding market psychology at a different level. It's the patterns, it's the framework, the opportunities that are provided along with the risks, right? And as you start to talk about market psychology, it's the opportunities that are provided amongst the risks, okay? It's on into your own assessment of the risk dynamics of your participation in the market. How much risk is I'd say, gauged or frameworked in a positive fashion for you, right? That dynamic comes to the surface in terms of your level of tolerance, your ability to digest the opportunity with the risk, to still maintain discipline and consistency in your trades, right? You know, to still hone back into and focus on the fundamentals of technical analysis, right? You don't think that they publish a book with all the answers, then it just gets easy. No, it's with a lot of expectations, it's with a lot of variability, it's with a lot of risk-reward payoff, and your ability to calmly sit and fashion together your straight line, consistent, and disciplined approach to the market. That's easily said, right? Probably understood by few, but easily said. And to the extent that you're able to harness into and beat that dynamic as the market, and think about this, guys, part of the reason we like the market, because that dynamic that's presented to us is kind of the ultimate challenge. It's not a blackjack table. It's not a craps table. It's not just one or two different statistical probabilities that, well, there's a 15.2% chance on my next face card in Texas Hold'em that I'm going to win the championship, or whatever it may be. Guys, it's not that. It's everything. It's all of the challenge that the market can present to us. All of the anticipation of the expectation of the reward element. It's a variable factor component or calculation, guys, that gets almost infinitely complex. It's not a face card or I needed either a face card, or I could take whatever, a 9, and I need the ace. It's just, that's it, right? Left in the deck. It's not that, guys. And you say, well, that's also infinitely complex. No, guys, we're talking about the risk reward. We're talking about the signals that the market is sending us. We're talking about the framework that is achievable by people who are really intelligently focused and highly technical, technically capable of lasting through the challenge in the market. Not everybody is, and I'll say lasting because it's not an easy endeavor just to go ahead and say yes. That's what I'm going to do, right? You have to understand all the patterns, all the opportunities, how the market's trading. You have to understand when I say the mood of the market, right? It's almost like it's geared to let you know it's there, right? In terms of the opportunities, in terms of the risks, in terms of pushing you further than you were comfortable, and seeing kind of where you land after that, right? In terms of you may get a 5x on a trade. All right, well, how do you show up the next hand? Is it just in terms of the next trade? Is it the same that you showed up before you got the 5x? Right? It's important. You guys know this. So Sean, you taking off. See you, brother. I appreciate you being here. And shout out to all the VIPs. Wanted to come for a midday stream as we look at a potential pickup on that 4-hourly, I believe, what I told VIP on this. And we covered this in the back. The potential pickup on the 4-hourly looks like we pushed just a touch below. Okay, that let's see. Let me draw this out. But that 4-hourly looked like it was it was picking up. We had hit it on the candle wick. So looking at BTC, we had hit that level of support on the candle wicks. This is a very interesting pattern to trade. Very interesting pattern to trade, guys. You would look at this. Expectation is on this pattern down. It is, if you go through Prector, go through Elliott Wave International, etc., those are just materials that are registered in the Library of Congress. So I pay attention to them. Library of Congress. I pay attention when the Federal Reserve has looked at some of the patterns that New York Institute of Finance or the Elliott Wave International has come up with, and they've verified it with their economists. I just pay attention, right? It has some credibility to me. So per their structuring, this is a structure that's supposed to break down. It's just a structure that's supposed to break down. Period. We have some expectation again of recoup, right? We do have that white line, which would be an upside target. I'll keep that there for a long time. I'll say that I'll keep that there for a long time, as long as necessary to gauge that move, and it will never cease to be an upside target. If you trade a lot, you know what I'm talking about right now, because we have seen a vast departure from targets and an incredible recapture. Just look at the last 100+ days, guys, of trading activity. Tons of boom, 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 boom. Opportunity to trade. Tons of surprise moves. It's what makes crypto. We're excited about it. In 2022, we are excited you're here with us on the journey. Anybody else who wants to join us on the journey, you let me know. You just hit that join button. It's easy, guys. We're having a great time in the back. I want to shout out to all the guys. A shout out to Anthony. Anthony, what's up, my man? Hope you're doing good. Boss, hope you're doing great on your trades. I know that you are. We have a lot of information to develop in 2022 beyond 2021, which Anthony was with us in 2021. Looking at Amos right now. Amos, what's up, my man? He's on the Amos is on the pictures right now. What's going on? Famous Amos, my man in the house. This is Vlad, the man, the extraordinary trader. I really got to tell you guys, he's really, really extraordinary trader. It's really great, and I love that picture. It's just a cool picture. There's Luke. Luke, what's up, my man? A lot of you guys may be listening while at work. Don't get in trouble. If you guys are listening at work, do not get in trouble. If you do get in trouble, just blame it on me. But that's not going to work, guys. It's kind of like you're trading. Like if you don't want to listen to technical analysis, you want to do whatever you want to do. Like, just I mean, you gotta hit the button, right? You got to know what's going to be right, technically speaking. Yeah, Doge cooling off about 10% to the downside. I'm not sure where it's at now, but it's been an interesting man. Shorting Doge is like is quite an endeavor. You guys know that if you're looking to make some cash, Doge likes to jump and just like you say, cool off. That's a good way to put it, right? And Pathfinder in the chats, any other VIP, you guys know that our chats are just for the VIP guys. So base camp as well, guys. I got to say that in terms of base camp, I want to shout out to any of you guys who have told us you essentially by joining base camp that you want to go ahead and join VIP. It's a big deal for us, guys. It's a big deal for us. In the back here, boom. One of the returns from today, 106%. But looking at the framework of Twitter, we're so excited that Elon has that he has come together with a bid. The offer has been accepted by Twitter. Right, we're going to be excited. But you guys see, we're having a good time. That was 176%. I didn't bring that up. 176% was the short that I started the day with. That secondary one that you see, the 106%. These were just two trades along the way on BTC. 125x, and we just enjoy that. Looking at the framework, trying to find a little bit from last night, what we got into, and me notifying, let me see here, me notifying VIP of that framework last night. I just want to find it. Please give me a few seconds here as I scroll through just to find, because it's important that we discuss this BTC. That was at the top, wasn't it? That was at the top. That's some weird stuff from Bored Ape Yacht Club. Some of that stuff's really not nice. I got to tell you guys, some of it's just not nice. Found that just, wow. You just see return after return after return. There's a 129 from, 12.59. Sean, I was thinking, is it 129%? We'll get there, Sean. You'll have them. You'll get them. So looking at the framework of what we discussed last night, and there it is. Is that it? It's still the upward, unless that's the inverted. No, that's going to be on a different coin. What do we have here? Always looking at the important thing, always looking for a flat top. You guys see, consistently looking for a flat top, identifying a flat bottom. Always, guys, in the trading. That's what we're just after. 136% move. Nice. Looking at the 77%. Looking at the, I want to get to last night. I really want to go through this because it was something that just really stuck out to me. And if you guys look at the current technicals, which we'll review here in just one moment, we may be, I don't want to just push this too much. I just don't want to push this too much. Looking at just a lot of Doge in the back. I got to say, a whole lot of Doge. And I may need to really scope in and find this on a separate screen and come back and do it, because I'm not sure. It's just is what it is. 42, 46, what is that, 40, 80, 40, 60. That was the attempt to move up. We had this last night. I'll pull it up from my phone. I'll bring it up from my phone and get on into it. A little bit additional negative action here on BTC. Let's look at the overall day right now. I wanted to come live because it was just, it is a little bit red, right? We got a little bit of red in the last, guys, in the last 100 plus days. We've become accustomed to this, right? We've become accustomed to this. Now, that fan formation, I want to shout out to the VIP who are focused on technicals and understand what the fan formation is. Did you guys see that on the USDT.D? You remember that jumping dog? Cool. And you guys know on USDT.D, you want to go through that real quickly. Where did we hit that USDT.D? That was quite a move here, right? Quite a move. Let's take a look at this. Now, this is Tether dominance. You guys know that. Tether dominance. In terms of the move to the upside, how do we orchestrate this move? I gave this to the VIP, I'd say after the fact, but it's very important that we cover the essentials here in terms of the framework of a fan. Not have to lip this up. I think I spent a little bit of time going through it. Let's see if I can get into this level as well here and find the seat of the fan. I will make these. I will make these a little bit more visible so that you can get through the formulation here. But essentially, what we had accomplished on the USDT.D, that dominance of Tether, was, I'd say, a variation of a fan. Right, looking at these levels at the I'd say the dominance action. I don't want to say the price action, but that percentage dominance, and we may just draw straight from the top here. But looking at the framework here, that we were establishing some sort of a resistance to a support, the resistance to a support, and that this final leg here, this resistance to a support, boom, operated as the reversal for USDT.D. So once Tether completed, Tether dominance. Once Tether dominance completed, and you always want to find the seat of the fan. The seat of the fan right in this area, right? It could be a small hitch in the price action on the way down. It can be a clearly identified pivot as it is right now. Very easily identifiable right now. But guys, if you're not paying attention to fans in the market, you're missing it, guys. I'm going to tell you, you're missing it. Looking at this seat right here, boom. Okay, that's the seat. We have a pivot here, confirmed, I'd say roughly confirmed this first area here as a level of support. This is where on the secondary level it really comes into play from this specific move, the pivot to the pivot. That establishes a trend line. That is a level of resistance that the price or that the dominance cannot get up and over. Once it does transpass that, once it gets past that level of resistance, boom, it's confirmed as support. Then we take this specific pivot and this specific pivot. Right? That is a level of resistance that the dominance cannot get up and over, right? Any two pivots give you a trend line. Resistance, once we get up and over it, boom, up and over, bam, confirmed as support. Boom, move to the upside. So once you see the dynamic of the fan working, right, you're going to want to really pay attention. And essentially it's this, guys. It is a very properly, it's a very well-structured technical analytic chart, technical analysis. Just highline stuff, guys. No one's going to pay attention to this in the retail market. It's why we pay attention to it, guys. We want to beat the retail market. We want to beat the market, right? So in terms of this, I encourage you to pay attention to moves like this. It's a reversal, right? It is a reversal process. And if you guys are interested in this and more in terms of TA, just encourage you guys to join if you're not already joined. If you're Basecamp, etc., and you want to be get some more exposure to a move like that, look at that move, guys. That's money. Boom. That's nice. That's a fan. Now that is the power of a fan. Bam. So looking at that, it's a crucial component of what we do. We pay attention to. It's nothing like weird and just overly difficult. It just is what it is, guys. It's a common pattern. It just is a very common pattern for those who trade a lot. If you're trying to trade a lot and it's difficult for you, we'd be happy to have you be part of the journey. I just want it to be known that we trade. That's the bottom line. I'd like to make sure that everybody does trade. That's the other bottom line. We don't want people in the back. We do not want people in the back that are scoping out for information for other groups, et cetera, et cetera. We do not want that. So looking at the framework here, is there a trade indicated? Right? If you're not already in a trade, is there a trade indicated? If you booked positive trades, multiple trades throughout the day, congratulations. If you guys are looking for a short, would you engage in a short? Well, we have an upside target. I have an upside target. I tell you that. I already talked about scaling in heavily on leverage, etc. Boom, to get to that target. If you guys, I know some of you guys like just wants to scale in on leverage to the upside. I'm geared that way sometimes, guys. I'm just geared that way. Looking at the different levels of support, this would be an interesting level for us to hit here. I'll say that, an interesting level for us to hit at this level. I do have an upside target. I'm going to leave that there for a while. I've said that a couple times. I'll leave that there for a while. If necessary, we can dig into the lower time frames, see what we're looking at now, see if there's any type of a trade potentially indicated. You just see pattern failure here, right? This move, pattern failure, buyers refusing to pick up the slack. Overall, market's not behaving very nicely, right? In terms of, I'd say it's just a rough day overall. The Fed says one thing and everybody panics. So it's looking for a potential. Let's see, as we looked at the fan procedure, let's see if we have any type of additional fan here. It's looking aggressive, guys. Looking really aggressive in terms of a potential for a reversal. Looks like we failed that level here. We really have to push this out and see if it wanted to confirm off of this previous resistance to a support once or twice and then get up and over. But it just looks like it doesn't look like it's excited about reversing course yet. So we'll continue to we'll be live. Let's see if we can get a trade. You guys want to get a trade? I think that'd be good. Let's see if we can get a trade. Let's see what we got going on. And let's go ahead and roll out this dynamic in terms of a level of support here. All right, that's obviously a key level that's coming into play, into focus right now, is that specific level in the 5 minute. Let's see if we already hit it. Go to the candle wicks. Have we already hit it? No, we have not. So we have incoming, guys, incoming level of support. Who likes to trade on support? Buy a support, sell a resistance trade. Your patterns never be overexposed. I'll tell you guys on a day like today, as we come into focus on a level of support, potential hit. Guys, you excited about this? This is a level of support for Bitcoin. We want this to pick up, clearly prepared for possible move below it. But this is what it's all about, guys. You know this. I'm going to say this. You guys know this. Potential for an interior level. Always looking for a possible interior level of support. Okay, in addition to that lower maximum level, right? Lower exterior level of support, this interior potential level of support. Always prepared to operate on either one. As you guys look at your positions, understand I've been talking about the 100 rounds. Give it 100 rounds, right? In terms of your participation in the market. It's difficult to trade long when we're going down. Always, I just tell people, don't trade down. And I mean that when you're an aggressive bull and you're trying to get, in terms of you're trying to get in the framework of things, just don't trade down, guys. Just don't trade down. It's very difficult, guys. Very difficult to trade down. So look at the framework of where we're at right now. Let's get into. Let me make sure that all my gear is set up to demonstrate kind of what's going on in this level. Did anybody pick up in this specific zone? Did anybody pick up on this zone? I want to know, did anybody pick up in this zone? Anybody? I'm streaming live. We're here. I want to know, did anybody just pick up in that zone? I want to know it. I need to know it, guys. I need to know it. I said we'd find a trade. Did we find a trade? I don't know what you guys just found. I want to get through this real quickly. Did anybody just get a trade? Because I'm about to put something in the back. Literally, we just scoped into it for 2 minutes. I want to know who's here to trade. Give me 2 seconds. Let me have a sip of water. Running out of my voice. Hold on 1 second. Okay, now in terms of that trade, I'm going to put something in the back right now. How long did that take us, guys? I literally just went to the back. I literally just went to this. Went to this. Let's just look at this, guys. This is important, and I want to make sure that all the VIP are here, that everybody's looking at the fact that we trade, period. And if you guys are wondering, or you're watching and you don't believe it, or whatever it is, you ain't VIP. You are not VIP. If you are wondering if we're even shooting straight with anybody, this is going to be a good example right here. And I'm going to put this in the back right now, flipped over into, let's look at VIP zone, and the picture that I'm putting in right now, literally when I went into it right there, interior line of support, boom, 125x, and what did we hit? Okay, what did we just hit? Let's just look at this. How did that work out? Let's just look at it real quickly. 57% booked, boom, there. Okay, so nobody show up here and well, this isn't real, or we don't like this channel, or you go on. If you don't trade, you don't belong here. We belong here. We like to trade. I just picked this up right here, bam, on 125x, and boom, just booked a trade for 57.1% booked. I'm out of the trade. That's it. What do? We buy a support, we sell at resistance, we trade our patterns, and we hit our targets. That's a perfect example. Bam, right there in 10 seconds. Took me longer, literally, to snapshot the picture, put it over in Twitter, get over to the other screen, and everything else than it did to literally enter, exit, boom. That's it. Nice job, VIP. If you guys are on 125x, you just don't need much of a move, guys. You just don't need much of a move. To the extent that you really need to be careful and catch the entirety of the move, guys, you got to be careful in terms of the entirety of the move. In terms of the liquidity, Bitcoin has liquidity, which is very nice. Bitcoin has the liquidity, which is very nice, and you'll get better, guys, as you look at I'd say this exterior function, interior function. It's important, guys, as you look at like really trying to precision get into. Sometimes it may be a bit of a difficulty in terms of beginning to know before you draw it on the screen, etc. In terms of your exterior and your interior componentry here. Right? In terms of knowing that before explaining that and drawing that and knowing that you're on a target where the price is and visualizing it and taking advantage of it before it is explained, you're able to visualize it and take advantage of it. It's going to take a while. If you guys are into the framework of TA, you know that those facets exist. But the ability to operate on it quickly is crucial. It's what we spend a lot of time trying to achieve, is the ability to outmaneuver the market, right? So it is all the time that we sit there to explain and this and that and watch for this and watch for that, right? While we're doing that, somebody else is already booking a trade. Someone else doesn't care if it's going to continue to go up, right? That's a big move. I mean, you have to say, for anybody that's competing in the longs today, I mean, it doesn't seem like much. You're like, well, that's at 125x. But look at the day. Look at the day on Bitcoin. I mean, you guys don't think anyone's booking trades on longs? Look at it. You start to say, well, maybe here, maybe here. Well, probably here you could have booked a trade. Yeah, probably here you could have booked a trade on a long. Probably, yeah, here you could have booked a trade. And here, that's one of the 3 biggest moves of the day that we've had so far. Right? So, and again, I tell you guys all the time, that's real deal Holyfield. Boom. Right there. Boom, boom. That's it. Okay? When I tell you, and I don't want to hang around for being long in a bear market. That's in a move like this. I could strategize. I do have targets below, targets above. I could get involved more in terms of the the structured framework of what I would want to do to a cover strategy, a long versus short, a hedge, etc. I could get into that. I just want to just knock in and hammer out a 50%. 50% is nice, guys. Looking at 106 today, 176, 57%. And no, not everything is gravy, guys. Not everything is glitz, glamour, and diamonds. And it's not all about the perfection here. I'm going to say you're going to have difficulties with the market. Sometimes my biggest difficulties with the market, believe it or not, guys, has been, and look what we just traded, guys. Look what I just traded. has honestly been issues like connection with the internet. I'm like, excuse me, I'm trying to trade the other day, and it's like your network has gone out. I'm like, do what? You guys have no idea. I mean, I can deal with the chicken in the gym, right? I can deal with talking and trading and this and that, but like your network service has gone out. I'm like, excuse me, like I'm trying to flash trade as quick as I just did there, and oh, we're sorry, sir, your network connection has gone out. You mean I didn't get my entry? Right? That's what will happen. And you're like, excuse me, hold on. Like, look at this. I just it did it not want to sell it to me? What's the problem? And I get like that sometimes. I'm sure you guys do too. If you get like a weird error and you're like, what is it? Because I'm booking too many positive trades? There's someone at a control desk that literally flips a button or something. And I'm like, don't blame me because I'm booking positive trades. That's how I feel sometimes. It's like I'll get a weird error or something else will happen. So no, it's not all a gravy train. I'll have a connection issue or something like that, and it won't sell it to me here. And I'm like, dang it, I want to break my phone in half. I'm like, well, you take this, bam, and I'll just go ahead and just hit into it, and then it'll go, dude. And I'm like, dang it, the Wi-Fi, the 5G, it happens, guys. It happens. It's part of the experience. It's part of the market. That's psychology, right? But you just don't want like a covert controller with you. I got to tell you guys, there's a covert combat controller against my connectivity on my, I almost feel like that sometimes in terms of my ability to trade. And like some dude out there jealous. I don't know what's going on, but if it's because I can book a trade like that and, in 30 seconds, like, come on, anybody can book a trade like that. I can even teach that weird combat controller that's in charge of my 5G and Wi-Fi. It's like, just let me trade. I feel like that sometimes. So I'm not going to be paranoid about it. It's no big deal. But when I have weird circumstances that just pop up on I've studied some different stuff in terms of you guys all. We studied like computer science. I don't know. It's weird sometimes. Like it doesn't want to give me the perfect entry. And then I'm pissed. I'm gonna try and break the phone in the exchange all at one time. Like, here, take this, dang it, bam. So always with the ability to cool off. Those hot moments, if you don't get in for whatever reason on your trade, those moments can cost you. And you don't care at the time. You have the aggression flowing, and it's like you got to get in that trade no matter what. But your ability to process, your ability to synchronize kind of the logic, the risk ratio in terms of your risk reward, etc. It becomes clouded when you get a little frustrated. So if you have a connection error, you might literally need to take the thumbs off, right? Take the hands off the keyboard. Like one connection error off. I'm telling you guys, get one issue and you have a glitch and your Wi-Fi just blanks out for a moment or your connectivity is off for 1 second. Don't push it. Don't push it, guys, because those are the moments that'll get you a little bit off sync and have you operating outside of the rationale of the market. Price is moving. You weren't able to. Those are the moments that'll cost you guys in terms of entering your trades. It's just, and it's not easy because then you want to kind of prove a point. No, this was going to be a good trade. I wasn't allowed to get in. I'm going to go ahead and do this right now, and I mean it right now. That's not the right mentality, guys. And I fall victim to that, guys, as much as anybody. If there's some problem with my 5G or with my whatever it is, and I'm trying to get into a trade, and I'm hitting it. It's like, and it's for some reason it's not letting me enter the trade. It's giving me a network error, some weird. Who knows? My phone will come up with all kinds of reasons, or my computer. You guys know sometimes our stream has all kinds of interesting reactions with the weather, right? It's raining, and we have a stream. It's different stuff. But don't ever let yourself get frustrated. Because around the corner is a clean trade to the extent that boom, bam, no problem, right? Boom, bam, no problem. 176, right? We just hit that 57%, that 176%, that's 106%. Those are from today. So when the network error jumps in there and it wants to sideswipe and kick your trade out, you can't get your entry. And then you have the hot head. You decide, that's it, I'm getting in anyway. You take this market, bam, here. And you got in up here. And then you're stuck in your trade. And that's not the trade necessarily that you wanted, and then your 57% is gone, right? Your 57%, you're not there. And all of a sudden you're upside down in the trade. It's sold to you at the top here. You're already upside down in the trade. And now you're at the mercy of the market. And it's down, you're down 0.3. Just look at this, guys. You're down 0.3, 0.35, 0.36 on 125X. That's 40% loss. You guys know that. All of a sudden you're 40% in the hold. And so you're sitting there saying, well, I got it anyway. Well, now I'm stuck down this. So it's either a 40% loss or you're still upset because you didn't get in the first time, and you decide, fine, I'm going to kick this one, liquidate it. You start getting upset at the exchange, whatever the network error could be, or whatever else in the world. You're like, fine, just take it. I got more cash where this comes from. You start getting tough with the market. You start getting that, kind of, bring it on. I'll fight you if there's a problem with my trade. It's like, whoa. But I'm bringing this up for a reason, guys. I'm bringing this up for a reason. It's not all banter. It's not all just, this guy is crazy kind of talk. You guys are aggressive. I know you're aggressive. If you want to be a good trader, I know that you're aggressive. I've been around some of the best traders, if not the best trader from Wall Street, period. Now, what was his hobby, guys? When who was the guy? Tito Ortiz, huh? Was it Tito Ortiz? I'm not kidding you guys. This guy was number one at his desk and number one in Wall Street. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys, and he was with me at the hedge fund. You guys know Tito Ortiz, MMA. Okay, this number one trader from Wall Street. Okay, and I've known him very well for years. He's a good guy, guys. He's a cool dude. What would he do on the weekends? This number one trader. I'm not kidding, guys. He would fight this guy when this guy was in town. I'm telling you guys, the number one trader in Wall Street literally pop up and fight this guy on the weekends. Tito Ortiz. If you don't know Tito, MMA, etc. Oh yeah, just for fun on the weekends. Well, Tito's in town. I'm gonna go fight him. Oh boy. Yeah. So in terms of that dynamic, as I talk about market psychology, etc., and it's not like a violent crowd. It's not anything like that. It's just, I guess they have. I don't do the MMA deal. That's not me. That's not my deal. But the mentality that nobody's going to beat me, right? You need to be able to get off of the trade if there's a problem with entry. You need to be able to regulate your emotions. And as much of the psychology, quote unquote, of the market, well, that is to deal with the psychology of the market. You need to understand that there are tools that can be leveraged against you by the exchange, guys. Yeah, by the exchange, tools that can be leveraged against you. Your buttons, your entries in the market, could you imagine that could create a psychological profile? Could you imagine that exchanges that are in charge of billions of dollars, I'm just curious, guys, could you at least fathom this, that an exchange that's in charge of billions of dollars, that they somehow maybe have some, I don't know, computerized equipment that could interface with you on your mobile? Bravo. Some of you guys get this. Oh, yeah. Can you imagine that they would put together kind of a psych profile, and maybe this tool would battle this person real well. They've exhibited this on their trades, or even their input in terms of how they're calculating on their application from the data that we get. This is an advanced discussion, but you guys can understand how you can be profiled. This trader always trades a breakout. He always trades a breakout. Okay. So, or this trader always wants to buy extremely low on the pour downs. Or this trader has a trade profile, of always scheduling in their Fibonacci, these programmed in, compounded lower level, dynamics. Okay, well, if I'm in charge of the $1 billion exchange, I've got a wrecking crew for trader type 1, trader type 2, and trader type 3. And it's all legal. I'm going to make it all legal. Don't worry about it. I promise you. I'm going to make it legal. Okay? But just, as part of our customer, guys, you know this. If I'm in charge of the billions of dollars that come in and out of this exchange, we'll call it a sentiment interaction, enhancement dynamic for 2022 initiative amongst the partners at the trade exchange that we're at. A sentiment enhancement, interaction trade dynamic initiative for the partners of the exchange, and they're interacting with me because they know my psychological profile, and they know that if they hesitate, like I'm the guy, I'm gonna slam into the trade. That's it. That's what I want to do, right? So they are. Just imagine whether or not that would exist with an exchange that's in charge of $1 billion, right? That's literally on the cusp of having some advanced guys ways of interacting with traders. How do you profile out? What would your Achilles heel be? Huh? Are you incapable, practically incapable of being aggressive in the market? Do you always operate on your underlying targets? I always, I never push the button to get into the market. I'm always stacked up underneath in terms of my targets. That's just what I do. Would that make you incapable of hitting the button? What if you had to hit the button aggressively to enter the trade. Yeah, guys, there's a slick little machines you got, your little your handhelds. There's slick little machines, guys. You think there's just Google? Do you think just Google and Microsoft are do like psychological experiments in terms of your interaction with it, etc.? Man, you put $1 billion check in somebody's hand, or have them control $1 billion in and out in terms of a market or exchange. You don't think that they're exploring big time your interaction with your trade station? Give me a break, guys. Give me a break. Give me a break. You have got to be, guys. I mean, just think about it. Would you, and while we're watching price develop on Bitcoin, would you, if it were known that you would have 5 to 10 million users on your application, right? Now, these are not all people we trust. Not all people we trust, okay? In terms of the owners of these exchanges. They're cutthroat, guys. Listen to this. We have 5 to 10 million users on our application. Just imagine this from an exchange perspective. And every year we have X billion of dollars in terms of overall, trade, etc. And, we're allowed by international law, imagine, to, keep however many Bitcoin we choose from profits, etc., etc. You have a Bitcoin profit Bitcoin incentive to profit from the traders. And I mean, guys, would you imagine that there would be no incentive of them whatsoever to manipulate anything? I mean, if that's the world that you live in, that's beautiful, man. That is just beautiful. Little house on the prairie, Michael landed, everything's great, and it's just dinner's cooked every day, perfect. I mean, everything must be great for you. These are machines. This is technology. At some point it's deployed, I'm not going to say against you, but it has the capacity to work against you, even in a coincident factor, even on the rare chance that it's a coincidence. Just make sure that you guys always remain under control, right? It's a challenge. I got an error on the entry. Well, I didn't get in down here. It would have been a 50. Now it is going up. I know it's going up. I was going to be right. And let's say the exchange didn't let you get in, right? Just let me get in. That's all I wanted, 57%. But I've had an issue in the last number of days, and it wouldn't let me get in down here. And then I'm here. It forced me, once I got in, some strange issue. I've had it on every exchange I've been on. Some glitch. The button didn't work. Something. And so I bring up the possibility for, I'd say, an interruption in your trade game. Just, you got to be more solid than that. Realize when the moment is gone, the moment is gone. The next trade is around the corner. The next trade, 106%. Next trade, 176%. The one I just executed, 57%. So, yeah, quick in, quick out, boom, I'm done. If it goes up and it wants to reverse all the way, beautiful. That's great. Book some nice trades today. I know what the rest of my schedule is tonight. I don't want to be hammered in and looking at this all night long, right? That's just not me. I don't want to be doing that. I want to do some different things. But I just bring up the exchange dynamics so you understand. We have some interesting dynamics that are technologically available that are either suited to you or not suited to you. Whether or not it would ever be intentional against you or not, or deployed against users or not. And we already know, like Binance, literally holding back and preventing your withdrawals on certain coins. So nobody questioned me as to whether or not there's any purposeful manipulation. Guys, it happens on the exchange behalf. So if you can do that overtly, them say as a matter of fact, no, we're cutting off all the withdrawals. It's happened to VIP. It's one reason why we don't like to use Binance. By the way, it's happened to VIP. They couldn't get out, and it cost them a lot of money. If they're doing things like that to where no one can literally withdraw any of their coins, what do you think they could do in terms of deploying potential for a slight error just happened to pop up on your screen? The button didn't work. Guys, be prepared for it. Be prepared for it. If they're going to lock your coins up, bottom line, guys, if they're going to lock your coins up, you better believe they've got a backdoor room looking at some other things to do on a consistent basis to challenge you, right? To make a profit, guys. To make a profit, right? So as we look at that, I don't want to be a kooky conspiracy theorist on the market. I want to be a pragmatist. I want you to know what could potentially be a challenge for you as you look at your operation in the market. Expect the unfair. Expect it to be unfair. When that trade was just expect it. And Angel knows. Shout out to Angel on top. Angel knows without a doubt. Definitely expect these changes to be unfair to you, without a doubt. They're not. You don't sign up to get a friendship agreement. Mm-mm. Right? We got overseas, and everyone. You got overseas entities in Malaysia and maybe Virgin Islands. We like Virgin Islands. It's close. Seychelles. Oh, okay. You got a backdoor group with the Cayman Islands on this one. Oh, good. Guys, it's not the mom and pop shop down the street, right? It's just not. Okay, so you guys understand this. Just don't expect them to be your friends. You don't sign a friendship agreement. Okay, and it's one of the things that we get out of VIP. And just shout out to everybody. I say friend, I think of AJ Crypto. What's up, my man? And of course, Angel, if you're around. Not sure what you got going on today, Angel. And as we would just talk about that, guys, you're not going to get a sign up friendship agreement with the exchanges. Expect the unexpected. Expect it. And I'll say this: expect the unexpected, and that unexpected may not be always great. Just learn to roll with the punches. The more that you are, and just kind of encouraging you guys a little bit. If you've had problems with trades, and that wasn't my fault, I know that. We get that. Don't worry about it. Okay, it's bound to happen. To the extent that you guys are with a trade group, we appreciate you guys being with our trade group exclusively. I'm saying that because I don't want my information being shopped out and hopped out the door ever. Don't want that. It's already been shopped out and hopped out the door. Winds up on the front of whatever, whatever it might be. Hey, Master Miner, what's up, my man? How you doing? Master Miner in the house. Master Miner, what's going on, dude? I got to take a sip of water real quickly, Master Miner, excuse me. Master Miner, thanks. I had to take a sip of water. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we're talking about all things good. Just booked. Boom. 57%. That's all I wanted. Bam, bam. That's all I wanted. 57% in and out. 125x BTC. 176% earlier on in the short. Getting rich is all I need is the quotation from L Bank. Here we have 106% as well. So the 50, the 176, the 106. Just some trades to inspire you guys. The purpose of those are to inspire you guys. And, yeah, Mastermind, I hope you're doing well, man. Hope everything's going good. And I trust that it is in the mining world, right? Those mines kick up a lot of heat, brother. A lot of heat, don't they? Dang, man, people don't know how hot those mines are, right? But once you get in there, they kick up a lot of heat, don't they? Whew, man, you got to know that, Mastermind. Like, whew, man. But the facilities, you got to have the facilities for that stuff. You got to. That's the key to those mines. You just got to. Looking at the pattern framework here, guys. I decided to stream, and bring to you guys some attention. That daily. Brought it to the VIP last night. You guys know this. Brought this to the VIP last night. Now, what was the key feature here, guys? Let's review. In terms of this specific move last night, brought to the VIP, this specific move, which was a flat bottom. We're always, if I flip this, guys, what do we have? If I flip this, we're always looking for a flat top. I tell you guys, we're hunting flat tops. You guys know this, right? Yes, flat top. Ascending line of support. You guys get that. In terms of the price action here, flat top. I brought that to VIP last night, all right? Just bottom line, period. Brought it to VIP last night. I spent a lot of time going through the charts to find, believe it or not, to find that move because everything is centered around this. Everything is centered around, excuse me, this parallel channel. Okay, this specific bear flag, right? And looking at that specific move, that was enough to essentially get us up and out of that, right? That just was. Now, could this count as a confirmation? Are we in the framework for some exceedingly negative pricing? Exceedingly negative pricing. I just said it. Let me see. Mine is 66 degrees. There you go. 66 degrees. They kick up a lot of heat, don't they? Without a doubt. 66 degrees. Hold on one second. I just got choked up on water. Excuse me. I just, I'm going to have a fight with a water bottle. 2 seconds. Just a second. All right, just took a sip of water. And if I can inhale water, that'd be great. I'm not amphibious, guys. Excuse me. Man, I got to get that out. See if I can get through this. Sorry about that. Just took a quick sip of water. Bam. Big deal. Okay, in terms of that top line, it's going to be support. We're flipped over. Pardon for that, guys. You know what I have? I have one of these because I'm hitting the gym hard now. I have this Gatorade, you know, those plastic squirt bottles. And as you sit there and you squeeze it, these dang things. This has happened multiple times. When I just turn it up and I squeeze it, I hit some water real quickly. Now, I'm hitting the gym real hard these days. Really hitting it, training hard. And so I'll do that, and it has this the air that's coming out of it as you squeeze it. You really have to make sure that it's all the way upside down, or you'll get some of that air pressure down into your lungs. And it's happened like 3 or 4 times. So you really have to, you know, I don't know. It keeps happening. I may have to adjust my my technique here because I'm just spraying water down my lungs. It's like it doesn't like it. So sorry about that. Apologies. This is what I'm drinking out of right now. So irrespective, looking at the pattern formation here, let's definitely talk about this daily chart. I appreciate you being here, Miner. What's going on? We'll chat later. In terms of this flat bottom support identified, given to VIP last night, right? Always looking for a flat top. I tell you guys, we're hunting for a flat top. Boom, boom, right? Up and out. Inverted, right? Flat bottom, bam. Now with the understanding, preceding level, this is the market, guys. How does it create your expectations, right? How does it frame them? Preceding descending triangle. Descending triangle here. And you see completion of the upside. Surprise the market. Are you prepared for those surprises, guys? You have to be. Looking at the pattern framework on the 4-hourly real quickly. Let's look at the 4-hourly. And then we'll get into that level of support that we just hit. This pattern framework. And so in terms of the expectations, you're going to look at it and you're going to say, well, you know, the probabilities are going to be the following, guys. The probabilities are going to be that you're going to lose a trade. Period. That's why there's a probability. What becomes inevitable if you have a 70% chance of booking your trade? The 30%, right? Yeah, book enough trades. Book enough trades that if you have an 80-20 split, man, I love these trades. 80-20 split. What becomes inevitable? The 20, the split, right? Period. Well, this is 90-10, man. Let's say 90% to 10%. This is perfect. This is what I love to do. I wish I had these all day long. Really, you know, you're gonna keep trading. You're gonna go through that 90-10 split. And you're gonna find that 10. Period. That's what becomes inevitable as you guys look at the market. That is not the typical way to think of things, but I want you to understand in the market what becomes inevitable is failure, right? But you can't view it like that. You can't view it like, well, it's failure, that's inevitable. It's the dynamic, it's the trade dynamic. So not necessarily an easy. We were coming up on this line of support, right? So I was like, let's find a trade. You guys want to find a trade? 2-3 seconds, literally. What did it take us, guys? A couple minutes to bam, boom, 50%, 57%. So what do? Establishing real quickly an internal, external line of, I'd say, support. I don't think that 5 minutes is really going to fit on the screen. It almost does. In terms of that pickup, it was a decent pickup. Let's go into the 1 minute and see kind of where we're at. We do have that triangulation in play on this lower time frame. And I just got in, I got out, guys. That's just me. I don't want to sit here all night long in a trade. I'll book 3-4 trades. A couple triple digits is nice with me, right? That's very nice. I got stuff to do. You guys do too. The market's not worth all of my time, all of my worry. I can set some targets for clearly for take on larger. I'd say, I don't know, guys, on larger pattern moves, right? We have a little bit more, a little bit more weight in the arena. I like 125x. I like quick trades. I like in and out, boom, boom. To me, sometimes it's not worth. You're gonna get 300 or 400%. It's gonna take you 8 hours. Really, 300 or 400% in 8 hours? Man, I'll take my 50%. That's fine. Not that this one's going to go, okay, that extreme mature at all, but that's just how I look at a lot of times with trades. I come from that. I come by that honestly. Okay, in terms of my own history, hedge fund, etc. It's just quick in out. And you guys see when I talk about our average trade take 8 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds. Boom, boom. That was here. We were live during it. Literally, bam, bam, boom. That's it. That's what I like. That's just that accommodates my personality very well. So, I want to shout out to all the VIP. Hope everybody's doing well. Decided to come to a stream because we had some negative pricing, because we're along a complicated and yet so simple pattern, right? The lack of complication comes into the fact that we have a level of support incoming, right? I just booked a trade at the level of support. You guys know that. I just booked that 57%. In addition, today, short 106%, short 176%, right? We went through quite a bit of discussion earlier about technological challenges, right, to you guys, as you would look at that in your trade game, right? What are those technological challenges? What are those other kind of life circumstance challenges? As you focus on your trades, happens to every trader, right? And some of the challenges, the timing of the market, right? It may not accommodate your timing very well, right? It may be very difficult for you as you look at your day to scope out, like, well, I had to stay focused for like 5 straight hours, man. The average attention span's like 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes. You're trying to achieve the impossible frequently. The average time span, or I'd say attention span, pardon me, the average attention span is 20 minutes. And you're staying grilled into something for 5 hours? Man, that's impressive, guys. If you can continually do that, you're literally superhuman. So we recognize that. So nice level of support. That's why I jumped in real quickly. Just buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. Without a doubt, guys. And I have this scoped out with the level of, I'd say, a dual level of support here. So the expectation here is this. Now, does it depend on who you listen to? Everybody wants the right answer. We don't want the probabilities. We want to know right now, right? That descending framework here was crucial on that daily. VIP, you guys got to admit. Boom, 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 boom. But understanding the fact that in the preceding zone, it contradicted, right? So we're 50-50 split on that. We walked up through this. Nobody wanted to really discuss this descending triangle. Very interesting. Amongst some other issues, right? What did the descending triangle give you? Descending triangle gave you your upside target. Lower time frames will show, I think on the 4-hourly, very nice in terms of that upside target, right? Very interesting. In addition, showing from the candle wicks, you guys know this candle wick on the parallel channel here. Boom, boom, boom. And you guys know that. We know this like nobody else's business. Resistance. You're at resistance. Bam. Right? Shout out to Torque, VIP. Booked his trade here. Bam. Huge, guys. Huge. Parallel channel brought up to origination along resistance. Boom. Nicely done. Nicely done. Huge, guys, in terms of that designation coming from, what is it, the weekly? Right? That weekly. All right? This is how we scripted it out. It just was what it was. All right? The weekly symmetrical triangulation. There we go. Right? A weekly symmetrical triangulation with the implication that any line of support, right, of a triangulation, as we go into the lower time frames, you'll see that triangulation. You'll see that triangulation expand, right, into this zone. But yes, that specific triangulation, as we would look at it, one of the key target features of every triangulation is that that line of support is carried up in a channel formation as an option for the traders at any point in time, period. You guys know that, right? As an option for the traders at any point in time. It doesn't have to be the amplitude. It could be that support line carry up to the level of resistance. On the candles, it was perfect. If you guys have been watching and paying attention, you guys have been doing, I hope doing well, but all those other factors in life have to be kosher, guys. They have to be all laid out to where you can really full throttle into your trading. To the extent that you are having problems with that, guys, that's a normal challenge to have, right? You have other businesses, other things going on. It's like, I can't trade all day long. You know, I literally don't have the time. That's normal, guys. That's a normal thing that's going to cost you money in the market. If you want the life outside of trading, everyone thinks it's all glamorous. Like, man, I'm a day trader. Man, I do whatever I want. I go where I want, right? It's the baby, whatever. You know, I go where I want, right? To the extent that that is overly like glamorized, like it's over like stigmatized. I'm a day trader. I do what I want to do. I got you. Really, huh? Guys, you know, it takes a lot of focus. Now, the idea with day trading is you open the trade, you close the trade, boom, boom. That's what I like. I like the big move. Boom, boom. 10 seconds. Just here. Open it, close it. That's it. That's what I like. I like to book a trade like that. I'm fine. If I could book a trade like that, and if I could book a trade like that, 176%, 106%, I'm fine. The days when I'm batting 1,000, the best days. But you always, when you bat 1,000, you just want one more trade. I just want one more trade. Yeah. I wonder if the exchange knows that, huh? The diagnostics levels of diagnostic psychologically that they're able to do on you as a trader, guys, is just unbelievable. I'm going to tell you guys that you have to understand that the framework, you're already categorized whether or not. Just remember this: you don't sign a friendship agreement with the exchange. You do not. They don't have to give you your coins. Not in any specific trade. Binance CZ, not if he doesn't want to, and he decides with his management team that he's not going to. I mean, he can hold it up. What, are they going to have a congressional hearing like they did with Vlad from Robinhood? Oh, go ask a bunch of senators a bunch of nice little questions that are prefabricated with a predetermined answer. Huh? Is that what they're going to do? That's not going to do anything, right? They don't have to be your friend. Exchanges don't have to treat you fairly. Expect that. Some of the bumps and bruises, the costly mistakes that you'll have in the market, they're not even your fault. You guys know this. They're not even your fault. Some of these, you could trade a perfect pattern, perfect confirmation, perfect everything every time. Right? Some of the losses you have are not your fault. You have the distinct privilege of deciding whether or not you're going to continue to engage in trading the market. Period. With all the bumps and bruises, with the developing marketplace. Right? I mean, these exchanges are not even regulated. Who would trade? You guys you're built for it. You're bullet tough. You're ready for the bring on the ammunition, right? Against me now. You guys essentially, right? These are unregulated exchanges for the most part. Now, L Bank, the pinned tweet on the top, is authorized. I believe right now it's authorized, but to the extent it's regulated, they may throw it out. I don't know, guys. At some point, we have to take advantage while we can. 125x on BTC. So understand the framework. You guys just like, ammunition men, like, yeah, directed at me and let's go. Like literally just, everyone aim fire at me. Some of it's like that, guys. It's difficult. The guys who've been around in the market for a while, you know what I'm talking about. You're not surprised at all to have this discussion. It is what it is. So when you can take, boom, boom, 57%, good. When you can take, bam, 176, good. When you can take 106, boom, great. Now I will promise you, the exchange does not like to hand out doubles and triples all day long with no problem. They do, do you think they're going to do anything about it? Nah, it's going to be, you're going to double your money every 10 minutes, guys. We found it. Yes, we found it, guys. It's it's a solution for every bank account. It's just called trading. Just follow this book and do what it says. No, guys, it's a challenge. We like the challenge. Capable of taking it on, as professional of a manner that we can possibly take it on. So a little bit of a contradiction on the daily. We have downside targets operating in black dash here. Boom, right? On the 4 hourly, we have this expansion going on here, right? I do have a white upside target at some point. At some point, it will always remain. I'm prepared for this to operate as an upside target for a long time, for as long as necessary. People want to know, is it going up or is it going down? It's doing both. You want a simple solution. Don't be lazy. Do not be lazy. Okay? You want to know which direction it's going in? Man, come on. You want to know if it's going to go up or down today? I mean, to the extent that it falls within the conformance and expectations of an 80-20 split, fine. But what becomes inevitable? The 20. We've got an 80% chance it's going to rain today. It didn't rain. Right? So just, before you look for the easy answer, challenge yourself to master the complications of the market, the strategies behind what make this a difficult enterprise to engage in. Period. Be that exception to the rule. Just be the exception to the rule. The guy who doesn't want the easy answer, the guy that wants the right answer. And that right answer is often not the easy answer. You guys know that. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it, guys. Not everybody is doing it. It takes a lot of, guys, mental know-how, i.e. skill sets, right? A lot of mental know-how to operate well in the market. A lot of skill sets in terms of just dexterity. It takes mental agility. It takes responsiveness. Guys, all that is wrapped up into your performance in the market, right? Ability to, and if you have a photographic memory, it helps. You guys know this. If you have a photographic memory, it definitely helps. Like, can you remember, like in sequence and order, the preceding 15 to 20 or at least catalog them. The preceding 20 descending wedges, do they all come to mind if you had to think about them? Not that you have to explain it, but do you know the descending wedges, the way they've worked? Can you visualize the line of support right now on the 4 hourly? Can you visualize it on the daily? Can you visualize it on the 15-second, where you've been on the 15-second? It helps. I'm going to say it helps, guys, if you have that photographic memory. It's if you can memorize the patterns to some degree, this is where it kind of gets pushing the issue. You don't need one. But if you can memorize the patterns in the book, right, you know what they are, and you can reference the page. You see the page number up there when you think about it, etc. To the extent that you can operate like that in the market, hey, you are one of the fortunate. Most people aren't that way, right? You've got to go to the specific time frame. You have to remind yourself, okay, here on the let's say the hourly. Here on the hourly, we have a different line of support. Go through it slowly. Get up into on the hourly, we have a different line of support. Let's see this, right? Then on the 4 hourly, right? The level of advancement that you have, guys, is yours. You learn to manifest your skills and just deploy them as best as possible, right? And I trust what you guys do. I know that you're doing the best with your skill set, and getting into like that level of advanced like operation. Like, why would London sit and talk about this? How boring. How much time do you have with the market? I just brought it up. How much time do you have with the market? How distracted are you in your trade game? I brought up a hot blonde chick at the gym right today. Period. I'm in a trade. At some point, I make the conscious decision, whatever about the trade. Boom, hot blonde chick at the gym. Yeah, I'm gone. That's it. The trade is the trade. I make a conscious decision to roll over into whatever else I'm doing. The sacrifice is there, right? Do you have this superhuman photographic memory? The ability to control literally your all of the time frames, everything else. Some people do. Now, a lot of people spend enough time with the time frames that it's almost like the book, and they know the last 90 days extremely well, right? You point to the 4 hourly, descending triangle. You know which patterns are on which time frames. It's like a language that has been instilled in you the last, say, 100 days while you've been in this range. So, to the extent that you're able to operate in a superhuman capacity, maybe the rest of the rules don't apply to you, guys. But if you're distracted, if you're engaged in other things, right? If you're taken away from your trade, guys, that's gonna result in loss. 9 times out of 10, you may get lucky, right? You may get lucky. Oh, this one worked out. I hit a 4x. I would have probably exited it, but I stayed in it, and look what happened. That's going to result in liquidation. It's going to result in you paying the price for not being involved in your trading. So I bring up a superhuman capacity that some people do have, right, in terms of photographic memory, things like that. Some of it's just looking at the charts for long enough, going through those. And if you don't even have that time to go through the market in depth over this 100-day period, you have no idea what patterns are in here. You have no idea the way that they've been interacting. You have no idea. And maybe that's where I say lazy. Let me just say maybe this is fair enough. But when you're looking for a solution, it's like I just need to know if it's going to go up or down. Maybe you're relying on the people who've been involved in the market for the last 100 days, and you view that there is an answer. You know, that's an interesting approach. I just think if you want to beat the market, you need to be responsible for the market. That's my bottom line. You know, I don't think it's a weekend gig, or it's a I'm going to spend 12 hours in the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to be the best day trader that people know. I'm going to wear that that badge of victory everywhere, and they're all going to know me. Yeah. That's looking at the market cheap. That's looking at your time cheap, and everybody else in the market kind of cheap. I don't like that approach. I like people who dig into the market and give their time, not too much. We talk about, and I'm just talking to you guys because it's kind of the afternoon, right? Just talking about some of these features that I know that you guys are struggling with or not, right? How much time are you spending with the market, right? You either got to be superhuman, which, I don't, in terms of your ability to digest things, you're all technically inclined. I know that already. But some of that superhuman feature that we try and throw on things is just hard work, good old-fashioned hard work. If you got that dynamic down, you could practically, probably make some people think you are superhuman, right, in terms of your operation. But just understand the competing factors in your life that they're going to cause you problems, right? If it's not the exchange dealing directly with you and causing a problem, which happens. We've complained about Binance for a while. We've complained about some different issues in crypto for a while. It's a developing space, right? But the other facets that you guys would look at, just understand there are, as you allow things to outcompete the market for you, just in terms of your time, as you allow things to outcompete the market for you in terms of time and your dedication, your focus, your energy, then expect you to be non-competitive, to that degree non-competitive in the market. All right, probably the best way I can frame it for you. As you allow other things to outcompete your involvement in your, let's say, your dedication to the market. Well, I've got this side business, I've got this going, I've got this with my such and such and such and such. As you allow those things to become more competitive and to outcompete your dedication to the market, expect your performance in the market to be that less competitive. Okay? Period. And if you guys have found a better way to at least approach the challenge of 2022 that I have, okay, in terms of, guys, this is just. Hey, Ahmed Hussein. Kifa Kabir, how are you, brother? I hope everything's good, Ahmed. I have that on today just to see who all rolls in while we're streaming a little bit. I appreciate you subscribing. You're welcome to join our trade group as well, just so that you know. We have guys in the back, 106% today, 176%, 57%. We booked that 57% live. Trading on leverage, doing some different things. You're welcome to join our group. Angel at the top will, maybe he'll be here later, but invested in Bitcoin is $7.79. He's VIP. That's our top level of membership. You're welcome to join that. Ahmed, welcome. In terms of, guys, the challenge that we have, that I have, that I present to you on the tail end of that discussion, which you know to be true, as you, and we're watching Bitcoin right now, attempt to achieve a wedge formation. I'd say, are the sellers exhausted? A descending wedge can be an indication that the sellers have reached a point of exhaustion. Can be. But they've been very tricky to trade, guys. They've been very tricky to trade. You have to be able to, you've needed to focus on them and understand their interplay, their dynamics between the other patterns, to understand, as we focus on technical analysis, right, just how they've been performing. It's been a good discussion today thus far. I'm going to stay on this topic of my challenge to you in 2022, and I'm going to complete this very well. I believe I know who's listening, in terms of the VIP who are in the background listening and absorbing all of this in, all right? So I'm going to make a point here, okay? And this is why you guys pay attention for points like this. Let's see if I can make it to you, okay? To the extent that you have, okay, that you allow other things to outcompete your dedication to the market, all right? Okay, you allow things to outcompete your dedication to the market, okay? Expect yourself to be less competitive in the market, okay? Just expect it, guys. You're pulled away because of you have your other side business. You have, well, it's my girlfriend, or it's my kids. Okay, but just expect that as a natural process of you becoming less competitive in the market. You're not going to know the daily time frame like the back of your hand. You're not going to have any idea what's going on technically on the different time frames. The daily versus the weekly versus the monthly versus the 4-hourly. You're not supposed to, guys. You have a limited involvement in the market. Right? Without a doubt. So as I would frame my challenge for you in 2022, and really it's my challenge, but it's my challenge to you. And please receive this, okay? VIP, please receive this. My goal in 2022 is to eliminate that equation, that your competing factors that are bringing you away from the market, okay, are going to have let's say more of an impact and going to diminish your competitiveness in the market. Okay, that's the framework we begin with. My goal in 2022 is to reverse that, or to eliminate that in your life. That's what I want to do. That's what I want VIP to be, is something that can break that equation to where you can spend more time with the other elements, and when you choose, be just as effective in the market in a limited amount of time. Boom, 57%. We did that. That was a 20-second trade. Bam, in, out, boom, 57%. Boom. Now, this is the catch. If I'm going to eliminate that, or help you eliminate that in your life, you have to focus and at least be. I'm going to say this. You have to be more than competitive in terms of your time spent with me. I'm going to tell you guys that, okay? Because I have spent time with traders who can do this. Boom, 57% in no time. Bam, bam. Okay? Like number one guy in Wall Street. Period. Okay? He was in charge of trading at my hedge fund. He'd ask me questions. Okay? Number one guy in Wall Street. So for you to eliminate, and I say you have this going on where you want to be competitive in the market. You want to be number one. But then you got all this other stuff going on, right? So you understand that equation real easy. But I'm going to tell you guys, for you to operate like this, bam, bam, boom, that's it. Bam, bam, bam. All right? 106%, 176%, 57%. You're going to need to focus on, I'm going to say me, on VIP. Okay, to the extent that you want it all to magically occur and you want to jump, and guys, this makes sense if you'll listen to this, and I'm offering this to you guys this year because we're talking. You can say, no, I'm going to magically develop and I'm magically going to conquer this all on my own by not spending time in the market, by not spending time with London, with VIP, and I'm individually capable of ignoring the market or developing like skill sets that revolve around instantaneous boom, booking trades, bam, at a time and place of my choosing, whatever it is. There are parts of the equation that I am promising you, guys, that you can develop with hard work, okay? Because I've seen it be developed, okay? And it's guys, it's good stuff. I want you focused a little bit this year beyond what. Let me say this: if I'm another piece of the puzzle, if VIP is another piece of the puzzle, in terms of the distraction or whatever the alternatives are going to be, if you have alternatives, I don't think you're going to get there. I'm going to say if you have alternatives in terms of, well, I don't know. You're not going to master the time in the market. You will not master the time element in the market and be able to sit down and an hour or 2 hours any day of the week at any time with any price action in any market. You're not going to get there without a serious drive and determination of somebody who wants to get you there. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. I want to get you there in 2022, and it's just not going to be easy. I don't want you guys to think it's just a secondary thought. It's not going to be easy. And for those of you who are up for the challenge, it's really conquering a big deal in the market, guys. And I want you there. I want you there. But I want you to understand the level of challenge, and it's just not an easy. It's not an easy. It's just not easy, guys. And to the extent that it's kind of optional and this and that, I don't want to be around the whole optional crowd this year with, well, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and it's going to be the way I want to be. And well, if it works, it kind of works. I want people who are extremely successful. I want VIP to be able to sit down at any point in time in the day and bam, that's it, boom, that's it, out, period. And that be your day, because I've seen it work. I just did that. I've seen it in a capacity that would make your head spin. Literally working in around with just having as the lead of my hedge fund. He was number one trader of Wall Street. I've seen it be done. If you guys can operate like that, it's unbelievably phenomenal. And I've seen you guys demonstrate the capacity to do it. I've mentored people in the past in some interesting dynamics. I've taught traders. I know how this can go. And you have the keys to the ultimate formula there. I want to encourage you guys this year to bring it together. Like let the distractions be the distractions a bit, but focus. And if you can't focus, I guess the bottom line, I'll say this: if you cannot focus in 2022 on that dynamic, man, I feel for you. This is going to be difficult. I really feel for you because it's going to be a continual struggle for you. And I don't want you guys to get the wrong. I don't want you to have a difficult time in the market this year. I don't want anyone to have a difficult time in the market this year. Basic principles, you can deploy those and operate at will, but you can't just hammer in and bam, bam. I want you guys to be able to do that. I want my friends to be able to sit down at a computer and hammer out a 50 to an 80% trade in 10 seconds. That's what I want my friends, my trade group. That's what I want that's what I want my trade group to look like. That's awesome, right? At a time and place of your choosing, sit down at the computer and hit a 50 to 80% trade, bam. That's sweet, guys. That's trading. That sounds like the number one trade group to me. That's what I want. And for people who think that's just, well, maybe I'll get around to that. Man, that's an opportunity. Just if you could develop that, that's huge, guys. That's huge. People don't even conceive of that. They don't even conceive of it. I've seen it. Okay? We just did it. And you guys can do it. I want to get it done in 2022. So, yeah. It's just possible. And guys, I know we watch it happen. So, and it continually happens. And I've seen some of you guys make it happen. I'm excited about that. I'll finish this off. I'm excited about the ones that are making that happen right now. Boom. VIP in the house, right? You guys in the back showing me, hey, Sean, I'm excited about that 12% trade. Boom, boom. Hit it quick, huh? Bam. Love that. Just dominate the market. Nice move. What do you guys think? Bear flag, bam, out with an ascending triangle. And I'm just going to say that, or say it'd be a bull flag out with an ascending triangle. If we flip the script, pardon for the first interpretation. But yes, nice move. Got us up and out of this structure. It's a beautiful move. Brought this to VIP last night. Bam. Congrats to anybody who shorted. Huge day if you guys shorted. And if you're going to stay quiet in the back about you shorting after I bring that to you guys, it's going to be a tough road. It's going to be a real tough road. You're going to stay quiet in the back and not mention anything. We brought this to you. Boom, 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 boom. Nice, guys. Good job. Anybody who shorted. A lot of people did today. So, what's the big question now? Where are we headed? Where are we going? What are we doing in 2022? This is the bottom line. Does it matter where we go? Does it matter where we go in 2022? Does it matter? I got that target right there, 14,320. That's going to be a target forever, period, because of the trade dynamics that have been around. And it's so uniquely scripted because we trade, and we know why that's there. Ascending wedge, peak apex at 14,320. I don't care if it hits it in 6 months or 6 years. I don't, guys. It'll fulfill the same reason for me. It just will. So as we're looking at the price action right now on the daily, that daily, okay, is rebuttressed by what, guys? It's rebuttressed by the lower time frames, the 4-hourly, right? When you guys can operate in the market efficiently and effectively in terms of your time, you'll know why I have some excitement towards the whole notion thereof you're being able to do so. No more all-night routines? No more, huh? Feeling like crud all day long because you can't even think straight. There's better ways to do things, guys. You got to be open to those in 2022, right? Make it simple. There are better ways to do things. So looking at this level of support, this expansion right here, technically, it's a bearish procedure. Technically, nobody can get over the daily right now. Everybody's like, man, this daily is just eating into us. They all get it. Everybody gets what I brought to you guys last night. The good traders do, okay? The good traders, guys who are actually trading, guys with some skills, they understand the descending triangle breakout, boom, of this formation. Everybody gets that, all right? Everybody understands not everybody, guys, the guys worth their salt in the market. You guys know this, right? They understand this. That's my 20 gauge. That's my 20 gauge Fibonacci pattern. Okay? 20. Would be good for leverage buying. Already discussed. Potential leverage buying, compact leverage buying. Boom. Stack those targets. Maybe a 0.25 interval, depending upon the leverage. You find your target, find your spot, find your zone, find your niche. Let's look at the let's flip these back to regular in terms of the Fibonacci targets. Let's get into it and talk a little bit. Dun 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 dun. 86 off the map. 86 needs to be on the map. You guys remember the red framework on top? You guys remember that? I don't know. It'd take a very attentive person to know why I have red towards the top of the Fibonacci on that specific target. Let's go, that specific template. Let's go into the 86 Fib mod. There we go. We'll keep the red. That's fine. Looking at the 50% retracement, the target, the 50%. Very easy, right? Very easy. Now let's look at let's go to the 4-hourly. We have the complication of an expected return to on different time frames within a wedge that we've been discussing. It has given me an upside target of 38,611. Could it be left behind? Of course. As can any of your targets, period. Still a target. Recovery target. Now, let's take a look at this on the 1 hourly. Let's dig into it. On the hourly with our line of support. And everybody's just about to hemorrhage on. I just know hemorrhage on Bitcoin, right? Everyone is. It's a big pattern play. It's a break down on the daily, right? And we're just coming off of a pattern play, that descending triangle on the daily. You see that reinforcement there? You guys get that? Right? We're being conditioned. We know there's a descending triangle on the daily, which we busted down from, right? So it reinforces the daily, right? It reinforces the daily bear flag, right? That's the psychology of it, right? Okay. So it's a big move down. We'll state that. It's a big move down in the context of the relative nature that we're nearly in the centralized area of the range. We are still in the centralized area of the range that we've been operating in the last 100 days. You guys get that? We are still in about the middle of the range that we have been operating in the last 100 days. So that doesn't go unnoticed here, okay? The question, have the wheels fallen off of the Ferrari? It's the question. Everyone wants to kind of know. We drove her way too fast. We have completely, right? We have left the the user manual, everything. We've driven the heck out of this thing. We took her out. We treated Bitcoin like a rental, right? We just beat her up. It was just, in terms of like price action, we got, driving way too fast. Burn out the tires, the engine, the transmission. Have the wheels fallen off of the Ferrari, right? The big question. Shout out to the VIP. I hope you guys are doing well. Anybody listening who's not VIP, get it straight, man. It's got to happen. Okay, so we have the downside targets clearly in black. All right? On the side. Gone through those earlier on. Have the wheels fallen off of the Ferrari? You don't want anything wrong with the Ferrari, I tell you that. You got to get that thing maintained. Those brakes, man, you got to have those brakes, guys. Come screaming into that corner. I'm telling you guys. Whew. Everybody thinks about the engine and everything else. Like, no, you got to have the brakes, man. Any car, within reason, go fast. You got to have those brakes, right? Big time. Understanding, right? Resistance, support, right? You guys see, huh? We've seen this on a few coins, haven't we? What would give us the indication of this? What have we seen this on? We've seen quite a few of these, right? Recently. We've seen, yeah, you guys see? Interesting, huh? Potential for, I'm trying to make some arrangement here mentally so that you guys can see some different expectations of the market that the common passerby is not going to mention, right? The potential for this, okay? Get rid of these Fibonacci's in the back. Let me mark this up. Let me make sure that we're on par with 0. We'll do this. Let's get into the technicals a little bit here. Let's mark these up. We have our 50% retracement. We have our golden pocket retracement. And we'll put this into context, okay? Market participants are frameworked into something along the lines of, ideally, if we go with the real, I'd say a real construction, like a beautiful construction of a symmetrical triangulation, it would be something along the lines of even what we just saw, huh? We want that to be symmetrical. You guys know that. We want this to be symmetrically composed here, right? So a bounce here would have been nice. I say would have been nice. To the extent that we push down into this, right? To the extent that this is still a plausible, long-winded explanation as to whether or not the wheels have fallen off, let's just hang out in a descending triangle, literally, for the next, till 2023. Till January 2023 could occur. People have been through, you got it, guys. People who've been through retracements before, that'd be no big deal. That'd be no big deal at all, guys. If, like Angel, I know that when you look at the market, it's like, that's fine. Look at this. Just to put things into the framework of, patience, right? Consistency, discipline on your trades. Look at this. That's a hefty time frame here from the initiation of the that's a year, essentially a year in consolidation since the top, okay? In 2018, was that 18, 17, 18? Yeah. You're chalking up a year from the top to that triangulation there, right? The guys who have weathered this before, they understand, huh? They know this without a doubt. So that was a year. What do we got here? We got 170 days working on, what do we got? 317, almost half a year, right? So on the map possible, right? Let's see what we got. From the resistance, support, resistance. So we have an implied level of support here, right? In line with that, we definitely say we're in line with that 50% on the retracement. So we understand the descending triangle. The capacity, therefore, would not be a difficult pattern to envision just right now. It's very nice. Immediately, we have this channel formation with all types of variability on the inside of it, right? All types of structural nuances, complications, etc., right? Yeah, we have a channel with a interior, right, level of support, flat support, right? We do. With some complications, even in terms of a level of resistance across the top, right? We don't want to, I say this, we don't want to overcomplicate things, but I want to cover some of the things that I go through. A near flat top, nearly a flat top. Why could that be interesting on the daily? That's nearly a flat top. That's beautiful. That's close to being beautiful, guys. You guys know this. Oh yeah, no. That's buyers are in the market. Buyers are in the market. You guys see that? Boom, flat top. Boom, boom. You guys see that? I know the channel that's been a difficult channel. It's a bear flag. It is, right? But hey, man, buyers are in the market. How do I know? Flat top. Boom, boom. On the 4-hour. Daily, a little bit of differentiation, right? We're a little bit descending. So we didn't quite hold that level as long as we want to. It's still close. Still close. 4-hourly, we nailed it. Buyers were there. Just not quite long enough to really represent on the daily, larger time frame. Just didn't quite push up for long enough. So we note that, okay? We note that on the 4-hourly, right? Would have liked to have seen that on the daily. Completely flat top. We're dealing with one right now on the daily here, period. But what this is telling me is that we may be very well structured for a really, really large ascending triangle. Period. Right? Flat top, resistance 4-hourly, ascending line of support required. Anybody nervous who trades a lot until we really breach through this? Is anybody worried who trades a lot? Worried at all about the fact that we may not have some gangbuster kind of ascending triangle here? I mean, look at that. We got a flat top. I'm excited. Traders, bulls are excited about that. We set what we set in terms of this level of support here. Boom, boom. Well, we set this framework as we did. We can't undo these hits. That's a level of support. Now we need to maintain an ascending line of support. We have got to maintain an ascending line of support, period. Period. Has to occur. Let's see what we got in towards this. Right? Don't want that. Just going through some diagnostics for you guys. I know you've done this on your own. We talk about it. Woo. Man, I look at this because those levels of volatility would be hugely exciting. Hugely exciting to look at that as a channel framework, huh? When you look at it, and when you quick trade, when it just doesn't take days and it takes minutes, this is just, it makes so much more sense. When you're into the whole day and where it's going, and my IRA is now going to have, through Fidelity, my Bitcoin, it has to go up. Yeah, we trade, guys. We trade. My IRA Fidelity's got Bitcoin in it now. I have to have the price go up. Like, man, that ain't here, bro. That is not going on here, guys. We're going to trade your IRA. It's funny. So looking at the framework, I see a nice line of coincidence here between this downside target on the daily, descending triangulation, the mid-level target where I measure on a conservative basis just the amplitude of the middle section. Boom. Down here is a nice coincidence right here with this 4-hourly line of support. Bam, that'd be sweet. I'd love to hit that line. I will hit that line. Support. The lower target here of that triangulation, boom, would be what? That lower target would be below that expected line. We're going to pull this back to this line of support. Okay? The lower target, which would be the amplitude on the daily here, just understanding the technicals here. This highest, most aggressive amplitude, boom, to the downside. Okay? The most aggressive measure, bam. You may have variability in the measurements of your patterns. Is there a right way? Is there a wrong way? You got it, guys. I'm saying these things for a reason, because of the original hitch in here. It's not a technical measurement on that daily. So you may have bears in it for the big push, boom, or not, period, or not. Get that complication with the continuation feature, right, of the hitch in, boom, then the pattern framework. So this would put us below this already established line of support here. And then I'd have to gauge if I'd be happy with that level of ascension on the 4-hourly, right? Because we'd land right into here on this secondary blackened down target, right? I'm still comfortable with the ascending triangle. I'd like it to be within the framework that it is now, really. I like it the way it is now. I got to tell you guys, I need the buyers to step in now, right? It's about a perfect time for the buyers to step in as we look at this. Now, there's nothing wrong with what they've done so far on the 4-hourly. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what the buyers have done so far, period. As sure as the move that we just saw right now on the daily, okay? As sure as the moves indicated here with a flat top ascending line of support on the daily, that's inverted. It's a flat bottom and a descending line of resistance. Flat support. Sellers gain control. But as sure as that's a well-respected pattern, there's no problem at all. There's no problem at all with what the buyers have demonstrated thus far on the 4-hourly. There's nothing wrong with what they've done. To be completely correct about it on the 4 hourly. There's nothing bearish about what the buyers have done in the 4 hourly. They've achieved a flat top resistance, taken it at preceding high, boom. Okay, there's buyers in the market, boom. Now the daily is a bit off. They didn't hold price for long enough to establish a pivot on the daily. Noted. I like the daily. You guys know that I like that time frame. For a reason, buyers maintain price. Right? That would have been buyers maintaining price. Boom. Strong move. 4 hourly. Perfect. That's as good as I want to see it on the 4 hourly. There's nothing wrong with what they've done on the 4 hourly. Ascending line of support. Beautiful. We're looking perfect. Right? Let's just measure this to the upside. Let's get excited about it. We'd already be doing it on every other coin that we would trade. You guys know this. We'd already be measuring to the upside. Buyers aren't looking at this. Hey, buyers are looking at this. You got to measure this out when you look at this level of support. See what we got. There we go. Be a nice overall 65% move to the upside. Now, buyers would need to come in on support and maintain an ascending line of support. Everybody's looking at this line of support. That's the fallback feature of the entirety of the market right now, for the notion that we're not going to have the wheels fall off the Ferrari, right? It's just the truth. It's a rough equivalent flat top on the daily. Rough equivalence. Okay, within variation, it's not bad, guys. Look at the flat top on the daily. It's not bad. So I like that to be perfectly flat. Me, I'm very selective. You guys are too. And on the daily, it is difficult to the extent that we're really having to flatten out this line of support. We don't want to do that on the daily. We just don't want to do that on the daily. And that's what we're being forced to do. But it's still ascending. We're still in a position where buyers can step in and we can have our ascending triangle. Period. Okay? So let's take a look at the hourly real quickly. And before we have to answer that question as to the buyers, if you're a buyer, step in. Period. Bottom line, if you're a buyer, step in. Let's look at the level of support we're on right now. Let's go to the 30-minute. It's turned into a good move. Not bad. That's a sweet move. Now, I could have spent 2 hours literally in that trade, or an hour and a half in that trade. I chose not to. Period. I just chose not to. I took in here after 8-9 seconds. Bam. You guys know that? Boom. 57%. After already, bam, 176, 106, right? Just examples. You guys look at your examples. That we hit that live. I'll just maybe start doing live trades. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. Sit down, book a trade, bam. I'm in, I'm out, bam. That's it. Now, the framework and recovery here was nice to see because we note this on the descending triangle framework. A reason for going long, huh? It's a well-demonstrated pattern here without much preceding micro patterns, right? And we're along a level of support. Very nice. You say, like, man, what did you 125x you? I mean, come on, man. You could have already had a, I could have already had a distracted discussion with you guys. You understand this? I could have already had a completely distracted discussion with you guys, and I could already be sitting at 180% right now. Okay? And I could have had instead of booking a 57% trade, I could have had a distracted discussion with you guys, not leveled with you about your time, about all those issues that we want to focus on, about what's going to be required of you, focusing on the solution, at least the solution to you being distracted away from the market, right? I think that's very well put. If you're not focused on a solution in terms of what's distracting you and not making you competitive in the market, good luck. You're going to need it. We are framing around a solution here. I want to make you more efficient in the market. That hour and 15 minutes right there you're looking at, I didn't have to spend it in my trade. Could have. If I want someone to spend that hour and 15 minutes in the trade, I put them at a desk. I put them at a desk. I tell you sit at that desk 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. You babysit this trade. I'm in. Boom. I'm out. Bam. In this region. You guys saw that. 10-second trade. Bam, bam. Happy with 50%, 57% in 10 seconds, 20 seconds? Bam. Perfect. And but let that chew into you the hour and 15 minutes. Okay, I'd rather talk with you. I'd rather be undistracted talking with you and get across the need for you to be able to do that this year in 2022. Period. To be able to sit down anytime you want to and bam, hit a 57% trade. You're stored around leverage like you own it. Boom, boom. Right? And sometimes you'll hit 176. Sometimes you'll hit 106. That's more important to me. Okay, so looking at that 5 minute, I just bring that back up because the problem isn't the hour and 15 minutes. The problem is the 19 hours that the last trade took from you, the 19 hours it took from your family, from your friends, from you even recognizing yourself mentally, literally. Yeah, psychology of the market, right? Don't let them claw into you like that. Don't let them claw into you like that. Okay, so I'm very much a bam, bam, in, out, douche. That's it. Done. That's what I've been exposed to. That's what and I got paperwork with 7-figure trades all over it, guys. 7 or 8-figure trades all over it. So, in terms of that rationale applying to, whatever it may apply to, I look forward to discovering that in 2022 with you guys in crypto. It's going to be good. Am I worried about where it's going right now? Am I worried at all about where this thing's going right now? The most important thing to me is what else I have to do in my day. We'll talk about the technicals. We've been talking about them, right? Buyer stepping in and support of the 4-hour versus the daily, right? We've been talking about these things. But the most important thing right now to me is the next 2 hours of my life, is the next 2 hours of your life, or the next 5 or 6 hours of my life and 5 or 6 hours of your life, as you guys do the things that bring you enjoyment in life, period. That's VIP, guys. Yeah, your family, your friends, this, that. Well, you got a dinner. Yeah, you got a kiddos. You got a good life. That's what's important to me. Then I'm going to get another period of time tomorrow, and I'm going to sit down for 2 hours, and we're going to sit here, and I'll have an opportunity to book another trade. Boom. Or bam. Right, 56 or 176 or 106. Okay, bam. So is this really, am I going to lose sleep right now over this? You got to be crazy, man. Lose sleep over Bitcoin? No, man. Unrequired. Here and stated unrequired. When you can throw that out of your pocket in 10 seconds, boom, boom. Hey, man. That's like a license to carry in the market, man. You guys know that? That's like a serious license to carry. Like, dude, that's like an AK-47, bro. I know I got a permit for it, It's in my trunk, right? Whatever you would say, right? But it's like a sophisticated, federal class, whatever it would be, right? He carries around an AK-47 or a stash of them in his trunk, right? Now, the stash would be difficult, right? I think it'd mean more than a license to carry on that. But just all joke and kindness. I do not have there are cigars called AK-47s. Maybe you won't even find me with that, guys. In terms of that license to carry, you guys understand, it's like, that's just what you want. The ability to just operate at will in the market, right? Yeah, to operate at will at a time and place of your choosing. Boom, right? That's what it's all about, guys. Now, the hourly versus the 4-hourly versus the daily versus is there a right answer? You begin to think. It's risk, guys. It's risk, right? When you master the market well enough, you know this. When you master the market well enough, You're not going to be concerned about which direction it's going and want the right answer for somebody. And this, you're not going to be concerned about it. You're going to be able to sit down, book your trades, and that's it. It's going to take you a couple hours a day. Maybe it'll take 20 minutes a day. Maybe it'll take you 30 minutes because you kind of enjoy it, or 45 minutes or an hour because you enjoy it. But you're not going to be worried about, well, are we about to shovel and hammer down? You're not even going to be worried about it, guys. You can handle anything on the screen. The same way you can handle any move on the screen at a lower time frame. I'm talking about the 15-second time frame, the 5-second, or the 1-second time frame. And you are fully prepared in that 5 or 1 second for boom, move to the downside. Bam, or a boom, whoa, up and out of here. You're fully prepared for it on a lower time frame. Those are training grounds, those lower time frames. Now, the hourly, on a level of support, boom, boom, boom. Okay. That's a nice move. It's a nice, what's the 77 minute? We go to that 77. And they ask why I like the 77 minute, don't they? London, what's that? Where did you get the 77 minute? What does that mean? Why? If you were on the 77 minute, you got into the support. And you got into a confluence with your level of support from this internalized pattern here close. You definitely got it here along this level. Okay? London, why do you like the 77 minute? Where's the hourly? Well, let's see. The hourly is down here. You're not quite there on the hourly. All right, so this is what I'm talking about, guys. Well, who are you to be able to tell me that I'm going to be able to, listen to you and do better in my life or something? I don't have to listen to you. All right. You guys, you take that approach. You become less competitive in the market as you try and compete with the rest of your life outside of the market, or be more competitive in different parameters. Enjoy the rest of your life, because the market's going to outcompete you. Guys like me are going to outcompete you in an hour a day. And I mean it, in an hour a day. And I'm going to hope that there are enough people like me and that I can have this discussion with anybody and they say, well, you might be right. In terms of enough people like me that can operate quickly and out-operate you to where you can show up any time of the day and boom, you're gone in the market. You may spend 10 hours fighting me for 10 or 15 seconds. And then the next guy who wants to trade for 10 or 15 seconds, then the next guy who wants to trade for 10 or 15 seconds, and you're wrapped up in the market for 10 hours. And we've cycled through. It's been me, bam, against you, 57%. And there's a countless number of people that want to and can operate in the market this quickly. Bam, we were live for this. That's a 10-second trade. So, yeah, I'd listen to things like the 77-minute time frame. Just listen to them, check them. You're on support at the 77-minute, just through support. It's different than the hourly. You haven't even reached support yet at the hourly. I'd pay attention just to the details. And I pay attention to you guys. When you bring details, it's almost like a matter of respect. I can deal with people who have an element of respect. I kindly request something from you guys. I'm serious, guys. In terms of, like L Bank links at the top, I want to know that you're trading. Period. Simple request. If you're in my back room, in my DM, VIP, I want to know that you're trading. Period. I'd like to get the records and see you guys generated some activity trading. Otherwise, what are you doing? Taking my TA and giving it to whom? And I'm going to be a stupid sitting here just allowing you to take it. I'm just going to give it to you freely. You go start your own channel, go do your own stuff in Hong Kong, wherever else in the world you want to do it. That's not cool for me. That's not even respectful. I kindly ask. Simple stuff. Just verify with me that you're even trading. I don't know who else back there. We had a problem with that in 2021. People stealing my stuff, creating alpha traders in Hong Kong. They don't even know what that is. 9 out of 9 people don't even know what alpha trading is. You guys, that's happened. So I asked for a simple thing from you guys, simple respecting, just for simple stuff. Just use the link. trade. Show me your trading. Simple stuff. You don't like to, I mean, if you have an argument with that, is you don't even like to trade. It's a new exchange. I'm telling you about this and that. It's all verified. United States of America. It's all legal and legit and everything else. You still have a problem with it? You don't want to trade? Like, okay, dude. Ciao. Period. I've developed thick skin through the entirety of this procedure. I'll call it a procedure with the internet. Plenty o punks, like punks aplenty. Period. No respect, no manners, no ability to function on any kind of a level of decorum, of cognizable decorum, right? So, nice move. Anybody who went long here, good job. You're an hour and, what are you, an hour and 15, 20 minutes into your trade? Hour and 30 minutes into your trade. Whew, that's a long time. Did you guys hit it on 125x? You 57% of the money yet? Some of you are. Some of you hit it 57%, maybe around the time I did. Good job. And some of you are still in it. Good job. You're up close to 200%. That's great. That's great. That's fine. That's fine. Good. Get it. Make it yours. Own the market. That's the idea. I want you guys to be competitive, and I also want you guys using that link, period. If you guys are brand new, 125x on LBank. And I'm not going to repeat myself when I've asked people to kindly do that, and they don't do it. They're going to be out of VIP. I'm not going to sit here and establish people's ability to trade on KuCoin. Unfortunately, I put my foot down because I know how targeting works. People target groups that trade illegally and do things like that are on the cusp of not being really kosher, right, in terms of like illegal exchanges. I'm not going to have the argument with you about it, whether or not it's illegal. But I'm not going to facilitate you trading on an illegal exchange. And if you trade on an illegal exchange and you have to, what's wrong with you? Honestly, what is wrong with you? You have to put your money on an illegal exchange and trade? Like, who are you? What's wrong with you? There's a perfectly legal exchange here? Like, dude, get gone. Honestly, if you have to do that in your life, I don't want that in my VIP. Period. We're better than that. Like, well, it gives you an advantage. You get to, is it some weird advantage you get in the exchange? Fine, go cheat if you have to. I'll outcompete you right here. My group will outcompete you right here. Like, period. I'm very serious about that, guys. I studied military intelligence. Some of that overlaps with law enforcement, etc. In terms of me I'm not formally affiliated with any department, department, agency, bureau, nor military division, domestic nor abroad, law enforcement, anything else. But I know the targeting mechanism that can be deployed on you or anybody else who decides that it's in their right to do what they want to do. Stupid. That is stupid, guys. Absolutely stupid. Ignorant. If you just decide you want to do what you want to do. So I make kind requests. Kind requests for my group, for our group, for VIP. I got Angel at the top. He invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. I'm going to filthy up the floor of VIP with people who just, decide what they want to do instead. You got to be crazy. You got to be out of your minds. He's got a reputation to protect. I'm going to help protect it. He's earned his reputation. One of the best crypto traders around. Don't need Johnny-come-latelys who've been in crypto for 16 months and have KuCoin accounts. And whatever, man. Internet's full of you guys. You're not going to get it. Think you beat the rules or, whatever you're going to think you're going to do. So, in terms of, that's my soapbox. Have not met the downside targets. You guys trading? Congratulations, anybody trading. Anybody who hit a trade live and you're still in it, that's great. Now, see, what I know is that I can sit here and continue to talk to you about targets and talk to you about technicals and walk you through more trades. You're on a line of support, right? Remember that? You guys get in at 125x here? See, I know I could spend the rest of my time walking you through the rest of the technicals so you could trade more. And I know if you want that to occur, you're probably not the type that could hit the button in 15, 20 seconds and book a trade for 50 or 70 or 80% at will. And I want you to do that. I want you to turn into that this year in 2022, and I'm not going to do you any service by sitting here and continuing to elaborate upon the technicals. I'm not. So I challenge you to be more efficient in what you're doing. If that means operating on more leverage, I challenge you to do that. Become more precise with your technicals. I challenge you to do that, to where you don't have to spend the next 6 to 8 hours in your trade. I just challenge you to do that. Hop in, bam, hop out, boom. 50, 70, 80% moves. I just challenge you to do that. And I like my 4 hourly. I just like my 4 hourly right now. I love my 4 hourly. That's me. I just like my 4 hourly. Why is that, guys? Because I have enough time to chill out and go do what I want to do. And I have enough time to get back and see maybe it would be in my 4 hourly line of support. Period. I also happen to like the fact that I have a flat top on the 4 hourly. I don't see any cause for alarm, concern, pandemonium, fear, or whatever else you want to paint on it. I don't care if the market's red or green today. I know I booked some awesome trades. Period. I could care less if it's red or green. I want to show up and deploy my skill set and beat the market. That's my goal every day. So in terms of this line of support, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to slam into it. A lot of people in the market are. And to the extent that you are VIP, I want to shout out to you when I say I hope you're having a great start to your week. It is an intense market. You guys do need a little bit of real talk. And I don't get results sometimes until I give you real talk. You guys need to understand, like I'm not a softy, dudes. I'm just not a softy. Neither is the market. You're going to go up against guys that are 10 times as heavy as you'd want them to be, or 10 times as malicious or something else like that. And I'm not malicious for any ounce or bone in my body. You guys need to know that I'm a very well-structured, disciplined individual. And I enjoy the market. I enjoy the challenge of the market. And I like a good group. And you guys reflect on me and Angel. You guys know that. Yes. And so I do have requests, simple requests that become demands that if they're not met, you're out of VIP. That's it. If I don't see trade activity, then you're out of VIP. If I don't see things like that and you're going to shuffle things off, we learn from the process here. We learn from the process in terms of the framework of what can occur with a shared social trade group, etc., with just some really malicious types out there. We just don't tolerate that. We like a family environment. We like good people. We like good friends, family, fun, all things like that. I do not like trash stations, other trash stations. I just don't like them. It's not other TA. If you can't do it yourself and you're trading it and you're just hanging out in the back room just to see what you can deploy, you can come up with, and you can learn a trick or two, man, get out of here. Get out of here. You're not going to be a champ. You're not going to be a champ at all. Period. You're either going to be a champ or you're not going to be a champ. You're not going to be a champ. I want you guys to be responsible for your success in 2022, and that's me shooting straight with you. If someone doesn't care about anything, care about you guys or anything else, they're not going to shoot straight with you. They're going to be okay, just butter you up. That ain't the process here. Just drawing some internal channel lines here. Of note is this specific formation here, broadening a bit. I like to establish this framework. I'd like to hit this line, me personally. Okay, and I have just this on the framework in line with my schedule. Just book a trade, boom, that's fine. Let other people walk it up, walk it down, etc. I like that line in the 4 hourly for me. I also like the framework of the targets below. You guys know that. And the 50%, right? You guys know. Who owns this pivot right here on the 4 hourly? Who owns that pivot below the 50%? Who owns that? Me. Right? Gave you that target from upside. That's not even the 50%. That's below it. That's the pivot on the 4 hourly. So in terms of the approach here, et cetera, we back it up pretty well. So it's just a lot of time in the market. I know you guys are sacrificing your time in VIP. Exciting to have been able to chat Pathfinder with you, my man. What's up? I hope everything is going well in Slovenia. I hope it's going very well in Slovenia. I have never been there, but I will be there to visit you soon. I want to come to Slovenia. I want to see Pathfinder in Slovenia. We're going to have a VIP, I don't know, a party or something. Maybe you guys want to come to Slovenia and we'll have a big VIP party. It's I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, Pathfinder, I want it to happen. We got to go out there. We got to see. What the. I want to see what kind of action you got there in Slovenia. It must be fun. So, all of you guys are welcome in VIP. I mean that, but I also mean what I say, and I don't like to be mean when I say it. Deal. We're all men. Yeah, I mean what I say. I don't like to be mean when I say it, but I you guys know that. Just it comes off kindly in the beginning. It's a simple request. That's how I am with my requests. There's a reason that I make them, for the overall well-being of the market. If you are not a little hot under the collar sometimes and listening to me, then maybe you're not even inspired to do anything beyond what you're doing. If I can incite you a little bit in terms of, or say, get you into the framework of thinking that at least you're listening on that little 20 minutes, what is it, attention span that you have, and you're really listening now because you're upset, good. Maybe you'll do what you weren't paying attention to last time to get done, and I wouldn't be saying it if it weren't a good thing for you. I didn't believe that. And if you try it out and you think it's not for you and everything else, good, then go on. It's like selling at support. If you want to sell at support, sell at support. I've told people that as I walk them up the price action and different moves, etc. I don't always do it right here. What was I saying? Buy. Just right here, buy. I don't always do it. Sometimes I do. I told you if you want to sell at support, sell at support. You let me know how it works out, right? Just period. So I don't always tell people exactly what. Like last night I gave you this framework here. But what I've been telling you is exactly what you needed to deploy to take advantage of the move, period. We're always looking for a flat top, period, boom, boom, daily. Ascending line of support it would be on the inverted chart, right? Just a triangulation. We've been hunting them. So you didn't need much past my chart when I gave it to you to take advantage of this move today. So I'm excited for the fact that VIP are paying attention like that. And I know you guys are. You're plugged into the market. The execution is not always, intuitive, right? The execution is not always intuitive. So we'll be looking forward to updates in the back room with VIP. I'll say that we're going to take it minute by minute. I'm going to go do what I need to do. I hope you guys go do what you need to do. And it's been a pleasure to stream with you today. This is London with Bitcoin spike. Is that a flat top? It's close. Love to see an ascending triangle here. That'd be sweet, guys. We'll talk to you soon, guys. We'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll be in the back. Maybe cut a tape if we need to. Glad that we found that descending triangle, which dictated the price action